have a huge rivalry. It is the Albion against Crystal Palace, live at the Amex this afternoon. We're online on BBC Sounds and available on your local radio. It's Warren Aspel, the former Albion striker, alongside Johnny Cantor.
Thanks very much indeed. Bit of a grey afternoon here, but you always know this fixture delivers in abundance. Albion looking for their third consecutive home win against their rivals Crystal Palace. They haven't actually been beaten by them in their last 6 head-to-head games. Can they extend that run this afternoon? Away to our left, a huge tifo with Kaoru Mitoma's face on it being lifted above the heads of the Albion supporters. Away to our right, the travelling Crystal Palace fans in their numbers. They've already been booing Albion's new signing Diego Gomez. He was paraded on the pitch just before, but now here comes the side that will take on Crystal Palace. Lewis Dunk back at home, the captain's armband for him. On the other side, his opposite number, Mark Gahey, who went above him really in the rankings for England. And those two go head to head today. Albion in their familiar blue and white stripes, blue shorts and white socks. Crystal Palace in their change strip of all black with just a hint of blue and red. Just the one change made by Fabian Hürzeler today, with Yankuba Minte coming into the side for Evan Ferguson. He drops to the bench. No Danny Welbeck or Matt O'Reilly. So it's Verbruggen in goal, Lamptey, Van Hecke, Dunk at Estupinian. Central two in the midfield, Carlos Baliba and Yassin Ayari, and then Minte, Ruta and Mitoma supporting Joao Pedro. The subs are Steele, Igor, Ruda and Ciso, who's back in the fold, Adingra, Modder, Vifa, Ferguson and McConvey. As for the visitors, they make no changes, unsurprisingly, after their draw against Manchester City. They are unchanged. Henderson in goal. It's a back three of Chalobah, Lacroix and Gahey, the captain. Their wingers effectively are Tyrick Mitchell and Daniel Munoz from left and right respectively. Jefferson Lerma and Will Hughes in the middle. Hughes making his 100th Crystal Palace appearance today. Their front three is Eberici Eze, Jean-Philippe Mateta and Ismaila Sarr. The subs for the visitors: Turner, Kapora, Agbenone, Klein, Schlupp, Kamada, Deveni, Doucouré and Nketiah. We talked briefly about the threats that Crystal Palace pose, Warren, but Albion have got a pretty strong side out today, so it's more about them dictating maybe the game today.
Yeah, we have to take the game to them. You always have to do that, don't you? You need to get the crowd behind you. This is, like you say, it's a derby match. Our rivals, fans hate each other, players don't. Well, as a player, you have to hate your team you're playing against, and have a bit of respect afterwards for them. So any 50-50 challenges, you have to go and win these. Not dangle your foot in any of them. Lewis Dunk knows this situation. He's born in Sussex. He's a Sussex lad, and he has to rally the troops. He's our leader. So yes, we need to get that. Pedro, Ruta, they need to be special today. £70 million them two cost us, Johnny. A lot of money for two players, and we need them to perform like that. Minto on the right hand side, another 30 million, 100 million, and that's not true, and that's not in Mitoma as well.
Yeah, and that's what Joao Pedro costs today. Reports suggesting they value him around £100 million. Well, let's see if he can prove that price tag this afternoon. Familiar song now just before kick-off here at the Amex. It's good on Sussex by the Sea. Here we go then. Always a special occasion, the first of the two Premier League clashes between two rivals here at the Amex. Our referee today is Michael Oliver. Actually refereed two of these fixtures before he blows his whistle and Crystal Palace get us underway, attacking the North Stand. Travelling supporters behind them, and immediately Henderson goes long, headed away by Van Hecke to the left-hand side. Mitoma challenges, fails to get there, picked up on the right-hand side. Munoz up the line. Palace on the attack early in the game. Sliding tackle by Pervis Estupinian, who felt it should have been a goal kick. Well, he said he wanted everyone to go into those 50-50s, and that's exactly what Estupinian did there.
Yeah, it's a good challenge, isn't it? He's unlucky there because he's bounced off for a corner.
Yeah, I thought it was a goal kick, but I guess the referee's assistant had a pretty good view, but it'll be a corner in the first minute over on the right side.
You mentioned it before the game started, Johnny, about set plays. They've got plenty of height, this Crystal Palace side. Yeah,
Lacroix quite difficult to pick up. Gahey gets involved too, and Chalabar probably the tallest of the three centre-backs. Hughes has good delivery, left-footed, swings it in, 6-yard box, comes off the shoulder of one of the Albion defenders. Verbruggen claims. And it's important that Verbruggen, he'll pick up a bit of confidence from that one, won't he?
Yes, because he wasn't too clever at Leicester, was he? Didn't want to come for crosses, but today you saw him claim it comfortably. But I thought we could have broke then, Johnny, quickly. Minter made a great run on this right-hand side.
Yeah, he's a willing outlet, wasn't he, on this near side. Albion playing from left to right as we look on from the West Stand today. A little bit of smoke and pungent smell going across the pitch from the pyrotechnics before kick-off. Verbruggen, ball at his feet, deciding to go long himself. Mitoma comes off the flank, trying to get in behind Chalabar, comes off his back, but quite lucky there, the Crystal Palace defender. He wasn't sure of the flight of the ball. Henderson clears, the goalkeeper getting it into Albion territory.
But did you see the spacing behind there, Johnny?
Yeah.
And that's why Verbruggen went long there, because you could see Muniz on the right-hand side, and Mitchell was so wide up the pitch, just a long pass over the top, and like I said, Chalabar didn't know which way he was running, did he, or turning.
It's interesting to see Tyrick Mitchell's the man charged with marking Yankuba Minte, and he won't get there first. The layoff there to Lamptey by Minte. Now Lamptey goes out wide offside. A little bit sloppy from the Seagulls going forward there in the third minute of this first half. Live Premier League football for you on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey, and on BBC Sounds today.
I think as well, Johnny, I don't think he's the quickest of defenders, is he? He's playing on this left-hand side. He's naturally right-footed.
Yeah, so maybe trying to get him out. Ball goes out of play from the clearance by Crystal Palace. Albion take it quickly. Estupinian finds Pedro, nice little flick, hooks it over the top. Good run by Mitoma, drills it low, saved by the keeper, out for a corner. Pedro urging the fans to get behind the team. It was good play. He did well to find Mitoma. Mitoma went for goal.
It's brilliant play, Johnny. Pedro though keeps it, just flicks it over the head. Mitoma, what can he do? He has to shoot on target. It's a good save from the goalkeeper.
Had the confidence to go with his left foot, which is nice to see. Kara Mitoma. All the build-up coming from Joao Pedro.
Great ability from Pedro though, Johnny. To see the run of Mitoma as well, running in behind. I said the space there to isolate.
No surprise that he's being linked to other clubs. But can he perform here? He's already started well. Here's the corner, left side for the Albion. Yassin Ayari to take it, hoists it back post. Keeper comes and claims. And both keepers now being able to come and catch relatively simply. 2 corners in the game so far.
I think a bit of skirmishing going into the box there, because they give a free kick to the referee, Johnny. That's what you don't need to do though, do you?
No, I don't think so.
It's wasted. You've worked so hard to get a corner, and you send her out, or you send her forward, just skirmishing with the opposition, giving silly free kicks away.
Henderson, right-footed into the Albion half. Mateta battling with Van Hecker. He managed to hold it up well there, the tall striker. A bit of strapping on his leg earlier, doesn't seem to be there anymore, but Mitoma's latched onto a mistake in the midfield, trying to get away from Jefferson Lerma, but covering there is Daniel Munoz. The socks around his ankles. A natural looking wide man. Right. Clearance is charged down by Believer. Good work there to just push into Lerma there to try and close him down deep inside his own half. Taken off the pitch at half time against Leicester City, Carlos Believer. Eberichieza swivelling to get away from him on that occasion, still inside his own half.
Shouldn't be allowed to do that though, Johnny. Just run alongside him, Believer. You need to put your foot in.
Showboating in the 5th minute. I mean, won't want that.
Don't do midfield players. I said, Johnny, put challenges in.
Keep tight. Win it back though. Lewis Dunk going back to the keeper and then receiving it from Verbruggen once more on the left edge of the penalty area. Estupinian steers it back to the skipper. Hughes and Lerma, the 2 central players today, battling with Ayari and Baliba.
You can see Matoma is playing on Chalabar more or less, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he might relish this role today. Mitchell is a lot more adept at coming back into a 4 when they're defending and then going wide as a left wing back. Maybe not so much Munoz. Straightish ball there by Van Hecker, not much of an angle, and Gahey tried to hook it away, but the keeper came, and actually Nkuba Minte goes down slightly delayed, holding his face. Henderson came out of his area, he was forced to play it. Gahey was leaning into Nkuba Minte to get him away. He went round the side, used his pace. I think he tried to just nod the ball away.
That's caught him.
It was high feet from Henderson, but he seemed to take the...
He's headed it.
Well,
he's got there first.
It is a bit dramatic from Nkuba Minte as well, though, wasn't it?
But he's gone down afterwards, but he's won the ball, Minte.
Yes, and if it stopped him from going around, maybe VAR will come into question. But Minte, he was just holding his head. He may have actually been sort of nicked, you know what I mean, with the blades of the underside of his boot.
Just watching the replay. I don't want to hear him. I'm watching the replay here, Johnny.
Well,
I don't want to hear him.
Oh, it's a strange one, Warren, isn't it?
Please.
Well,
if they are looking at that, they're going to say, hang on a minute, you're trying to kid us.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, Johnny. I know it's a Brighton play, it's shocking. What are you thinking about? No one near that. Henderson's no one near him.
I think that's the claim that Henderson was making to 2 other Albion players. Minte's come to the near side. I think he's going to get a bit of grief off the travelling supporters for the rest of the afternoon, unsurprisingly perhaps, as he comes across to the near side and speaks to the referee's assistant.
It just puts doubt in the referee's mind now, Johnny, doesn't it? Any 50-50 is what the goal.
Yeah, you think you're trying to kid me. You know, I don't think it helps you. It helps you, doesn't help your cause, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, play resumes with Will Hughes. Lerma now. Across to the left-hand side. Gahey reluctant to come onto his left foot, as you were saying, Warren. Warren Aspinall, the former Seagull striker, with us here on weekend sports special with Premier League football coming to you. Don't forget the final whistle after 4. Minte's still waiting. He's been off for at least 30 seconds.
Long time, 30 seconds, John, isn't it?
Yeah. Now he's allowed to come on as Baliba drives into that position where he would have been and does well, then goes down. No foul, says the referee. Again, I think, to be honest, I think Mike got that right again as Pedro clumsily goes into Hughes. That'll be a free kick.
Well, Baliba's gone down. There's no one near him again. That's not a free kick neither.
He's holding his face.
But I think he's caught the boot when he's landing on his floor. But
yeah,
you need to get yourself up, mate, and wake up. Well, he watched the replay again.
It's a good driving run, but he falls down, doesn't he?
Again, what's he holding his mouth for? He's not caught his mouth. You can't kid these referees and linesmen. You've got VAR watching. It's not like the olden days, JC, is it?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think it can sort of, I'm not saying they're swayed that much, referees, but it can turn them slightly against you in terms of 50-50 decisions, and I don't think it's helpful. And again, we don't want to see it either. 0-0, 9 minutes played. Real opportunities for Crystal Palace, just the one for Albion, with Mitoma shooting against the feet of Henderson on the angle from relatively close range as Palace put the ball out of play. Fabian Hertz wants to go and get the ball. I think he wants a little bit more intensity, Warren.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's like been a bit stop-start at the moment, the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, no major pattern of play so far. Neither side really getting into their rhythm.
I think it's bypassing both midfielders, isn't it?
Yeah.
Play.
It is very congested in that central area. Root has really not got on the ball at all as Lamptey angles the ball back to Lewis Dunk. Maybe they'll go for that ball in behind on the left. No, they've gone a little bit shorter as Estupinian takes it up on halfway. Left side forced back there on that occasion.
I think that ball's only on, Johnny, when they're attacking the ball over the top, because Muniz wants to get forward. Yeah,
they've gone through the middle this time, and Ruter's dinked it over the top to Ayari. I think Ruter really was caught there, and the referee agrees. Oliver Glasner, not so much.
I said we'll use. That's one he's done.
making his 100th Crystal Palace appearance today, Will Hughes. If you give him space, he's good on the ball though. I think that's something that Albion do need to be wary of in that central area. But here's Van Hecke through the centre circle in the Crystal Palace half to Lamptey. On the back of that wonderful goal against Leicester City, Van Hecke's crossfield ball goes straight out of play. Poor, it was about 10 yards behind Kaoru Mitoma. There's no way he was going to.
Like one of your goal shots on that one.
It was, yeah. Nasty snap hook, that one. Oh, you were obviously watching me yesterday then. But, yeah, that wasn't his best from JP, but distribution has improved of late. There's Hughes just sitting inside the right side of the three centre-backs. Now forward, Lerma, Iberici Eze. Okay, you don't want to give time and space around the edge of the box. Mitchell's playing high on the left, Mateta trying to find him, but his touch was very slim indeed. He apologises to his teammate Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Communication between Minter and Lamptey today, Johnny, because Mitchell's getting in between the pair of them. Lamptey's going with Eze, so now it's Minter has to go back with Mitchell all the way. He can't just pass him on.
Absolutely. And it's that little area, isn't it, just in behind both sides of the pitch. Belieber turning into trouble. A little nibble from Mateta.
I think he's unlucky there.
He's already gone down virtually, Belieber, hasn't he? He'd lost his balance.
That's what I mean. I'm saying the centre forward, he's unlucky. It's a soft free kick.
Left side is Estupinian. To find Yassin Ayari. Ayari dropping quite deep and onto the left. That creates the space. Dunk goes long, headed away by Munoz, only as far as Ruta. Ruta 10 yards outside the box, wants to get it onto his left foot. Shot is blocked, comes spinning away to the edge of the D and cleared rather haphazardly out. And that gets the crowd going, maybe sensing a little bit of indecision in the heart of the Crystal Palace defence.
But that ball, Johnny, because I keep referring to myself, it's Munoz. If he pushes it up, that ball's on. If he gets back in, it's 5 at the back, it's hard to break down. So it's important Lewis Dunk and Van Hecke can do that long pass over the top from Mitoma to run onto.
Throw right side, Lamptey to Belieber. Belieber across there to Dunk, and they move that ball just a little bit quicker to create some space in wide positions. Everybody behind the ball for Palace at the moment. Quite happy, even the nays, of course, of Roy Hodgson to soak up pressure. Look on the break. Albion. Oh, that's a loose pass from Lamptey, doesn't find Belieber. Quick ball there by Sarr to find Mateta. Belieber does well to get in behind the Crystal Palace striker. Another free kick, and Belieber's gone down once again.
Great play from Belieber there, recovering. I think it's a bit slow initially though, when Lamptey played the pass into him. He didn't react to receive it. Like, he just lets it go past him.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pass at all, was it?
But then you can see the big lad up front, Mateta, he's not blessed with pace, is he? He's got the height and power and strength, but the pace is not there.
Yeah, Belieber was able to get back behind him, maybe feeling that it was his mistake that he didn't get to the ball from Lamptey and wanted to make up for it. Well, we've played nearly 15 minutes, no goals and very little goal-mouth action.
Well, we've only had the Thomas shot, haven't we?
There was a VAR check confirming the referee's call, deeming there was a clear contact on the ball. We go long again, and Pedro's chasing this time Henderson to the edge of his box.
Always going away from Pedro though, wasn't it?
Do you think his better role is the 9 or maybe playing just behind Welbeck? Which do you prefer, Warren?
I think Pedro has to do what he wants. When you're playing as a centre forward, you have to be a bit disciplined, don't you? Playing inside the lines, inside the 18-yard lines.
Ruta doing well to put pressure there on the Crystal Palace defence. Falls from Minter. Minter squares it. Mitoma trying to get it out of his feet. Chalabar goes with him. Now Mitoma has his back to goal. Chance has gone there. It's picked up by Estupinian. Thought he might try and get across him, but tried to turn back inside to the edge of the box. Belieber urged to hit it. Volleys it over the bar. better option on there for the Albion midfielder, and it goes out for a goal kick. Quarter of an hour played, Albion 0, Palace 0.
We talk about decision making every week, Johnny, in the game, and this is poor decision making. I think you have to have a shot there. You have to take it on yourself, Matoma. Not Matoma, Minter.
Minter, yeah.
And Believer gets a bit hype when he chests it down and everybody shouting shoot, so he listens to the crowd and shoots.
Quite surprised because Minter was onto his left foot, which
that's what I mean.
It's his favoured side. Test the keeper. He's only been tested once by Mitoma so far. Good header away by Van Hecker. Long forward clearance by the keeper. Lerma foul, free kick on halfway. Very scrappy Warren.
Yeah, I think he's done the hard work there. Minter closing down. You don't need to dangle your foot in there. And it's like not trying to get the feet in this game, Crystal Palace.
Here's Will Hughes trying to play it in behind Minte, successfully done. Mitchell hooks it in, away by Lamptey, comes off his shin slightly and goes out for another corner, this time down the Crystal Palace left.
Switched off Minte, switched off, look, running behind. He's onside.
Yeah, it's a good run by Tyrick Mitchell.
It's a poor cross from Mitchell.
Got into a very good position.
That's what I just mentioned, Johnny, the communication between Minte and Lamptey. You have to be better. He switched off there, a minute and he's in. Yeah,
better cross and Albion could have been in trouble. Still 0-0 though. Corner for Crystal Palace. Eberici Essa to take. Whips it in right footed, but Bruggen punches, gets it over to the far side. Jefferson Lerma goes across to try and get there, and he's going to leave it to go out of play for a throw. Already been an eventful day in the Premier League after the sacking of Gary O'Neill. Already looks like Vitor Pereira, the man who may well be heading to Molineux after O'Neill's departure. Also other games going on today. Small matter of Manchester City against Manchester United. A couple of games at 7 as well. Mitchell tries to go through the legs of Lamptey, but he shut them there and comes out off his shins for a throw. Midway through the Albion half, Mitchell again. Really made that left back slot his own recent seasons after, remember, the departure of Patrick Van Arnholt used to be their sort of left back who loves storming up the left side, a bit like Pervis Estupiñán.
He's been trying the centre midfielder, Johnny, hasn't he, on a couple of occasions.
Mitchell, yeah, he's a good passer of the ball. He's got good legs as well. Here's Eberici Essa. Foul by Lamptey, trying to go around the corner. Again, not sure he really needed to make that challenge.
Well, he's still offering too far into, giving 5 yards, and he thought he was going to flick it on to read the flick, but as he brings it down close to his chest and uses his body strength to shield the ball, and Lamptey's coming from behind, it's a free kick.
It's a bit stockier than you think, Eberici Essa. Very good at keeping the ball away from opponents as Van Hecker sucked in. Mateta goes to the right, little short pass. Munoz trying to go back towards goal. One there by Estupiñán. Good tackle that. Can Albion get things moving quickly? No, Believer slows it down.
I think these players, Johnny, are machines, aren't they? No.
Oh yeah. Van Hecker trying to get it in behind on that right side. Chalabar headers it away. Then he receives it back on the ground. Little short pass to Hughes. Hughes on the edge of his own box. Sol Believer the dummy, but Lamptey gets it for Albion. Pedro, slightly heavy touch, but the return ball, trying to get that ball down that left channel straight. A little bit like the Bournemouth goal. This time it was on his left foot. Overhit as well. Goes out for a goal kick.
Believer needs to get closer to his centre midfield player.
It's a bit like he's got room, but he's giving other players room as well. And at the moment, you'd probably say Crystal Palace have shaded it in that central area as Gahey goes long. Mateta tries to get the flick on. Another well-won header by Jan-Paul Van Hecker. Have to be a little bit careful. One more yellow card and he'll serve a suspension. And so he will get to 5. He's the only player on 4 yellows for the Seagulls at this point. They all get wiped after the 19th game. This is the 16th. And of course another one to come next Saturday as we head to the London Stadium. Albion travel to West Ham United. That game live, of course, on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. All the games over the Christmas period. Brentford at home on the 27th, Villeroy on the 30th, of course, as well on your BBC local radio station. The goalless at the moment with 20 minutes played. Certainly not been a classic, quite a cagey affair. Dunk into Pedro, back heel. Ruta switching it. Ayari on the left. He tries to play it back in. It's too firm for Ruta. Better quality of pass, and that could have caused problems for Crystal Palace, but Tariq Mitchell is there first. It's back to Gahey, who clears. Believer jumping a little bit early on that one. Teta helping out and doing a good job there, as most number 9s do, helping his teammates. Yes, and Ayari becoming a little bit more influential in the game now. Thought about going wide left instead, plays it into Ruta. Little turn and a swivel there by Joao Pedro. Squares it out to the left. Nice movement from the Albion. Can they find the end product as Mitoma picks it up? Flicks it back to Lewis Dunk. Inte hovering around the back post. Dunk. A little reverse ball to Ayari. Instead goes to Van Hecke. He sends it back out wide. First time ball by Mitoma. Flicks it back. Now goes to Dunk. Dunk trying to play it in behind. Slipped by Estupiñán. Just ran out of ideas really there, and it all got a little bit tight, and it ends up being another goal kick. Still 0-0.
Initially they were playing passes together, then they came out and they went back and did the same passes. Then you have to make the pitch bigger.
Yeah.
You have to look left, look right. Right, Minter touchline wide. He give Mitchell a bit of an headache. What's he going to do? Go tight with him or leave him? If he leaves him, it's 1 against 1 situation. He's going to get the pace and power to get beyond him.
Yeah, just a little bit more going forward. I feel they might be able to unlock this Crystal Palace defence. Just down by my right hand side, someone who played for both of these football clubs, Glenn Murray. There's been a few. Gary O'Reilly was another one. There's Ayari, forced back by Hughes.
That's what you get there, little dig from Hughes, but too many touches.
Yeah, wanted too much time. Forward through the middle, Lacroix finding Eze down the left side of the Albion box. There's players in the middle as well. Eze takes it towards goal and stops. Little short pass. In on the left hand side is Ismail Assar. Mitchell back to Gahey. Lerma going down the left side. Gahey kills it back post. Header there away by Estupiñán is a good one. Good first control by Mitoma. Got past Will Hughes, brought down with advantage play. Minte is there, sends it long. Off goes Pedro, trying to use his pace. Lacroix shoulder to shoulder with him. Little bump, free kick for the Albion, right on the goal line.
First of all, it's silly from him, the centre half there, isn't it? Larcox. He's going nowhere, is he?
Yeah, Lacroix heading it. The ball's heading out of play. He doesn't need to really. I mean, it's a great foot race. Well, he does shove him in. He just puts his left arm in. There's no doubt about it. But as you say, does he really need to do that? What on earth Pedro would have done going at that full belt? He's going to end up in the advertising hoarding.
But the referees play great advantage.
Yes, yeah. Fair play to Michael Oliver.
Yes.
And say he has experience of this fixture before. I get a bit hot under the collar at times, these fixtures. Hasn't really sparked into life just yet, but maybe it'll change here as we pass the midway point of this first half. Still we await the first goal of the game. Ayari and Estupiñán standing over the free kick. They brought it back a little bit. It's about 5 yards from the goal line. 2 in the wall. Ayari, right-footed, in at the near post. Simple for Henderson. He spilled it first time, but no one putting any pressure on him. Felt like a little bit of a wasted opportunity.
It is a wasted opportunity for me. You can't put it that close to the goalkeeper.
Well, if you're going that route, someone's got to get in front of him.
Yeah, yes, that's what I mean.
No one there, was there?
So you haven't planned that.
And he's got a clear view of the ball coming at him at face height, and not to be on that occasion. Alice holding on to it with the keeper, Henderson, using Lerma initially. Gahey into the middle. Baliba was marking the referee, and Eze is away. 3 options. Goes to the left to find Mateta. Mateta inside onto his right foot. It goes for goal. Drags it wide. Did it take a deflection? Yes, it seemed to come off the heel of Carlos Baliba. Out for another Crystal Palace corner.
I mean, you shouldn't put yourself in that position, Johnny. I don't know, he wouldn't have got the ball anyway, would he, Baliba? Can't blame the referee for that.
No, the referees don't make sudden darting. You know, they literally go up and down the pitch. So Hughes it is, who's being unilaterally booed in front of the North stand. And he's going to take it left-footed, Hughes. So he's dragged it to Eze, left corner of the box. He fizzes it in with pace. Glancing header, goes behind for a goal kick. No. Oh, I thought that came off a Crystal Palace player. I thought Mateta was in the middle, but it's gone for a corner this time over on the right.
It looked like it came off gay to me, Johnny.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know whether we're actually going to see a replay of that one, but you never know. We'll hope that it doesn't cause them problems and it doesn't come to anything. Bruggen taking something away from his goal line off the floor there. A bit of strapping perhaps. Mateta's just in front of the keeper. Swung in near post. Downward header, not cleared, and sent it to the roof of the net. Palace have the lead. Albion failing to clear, and it's sent into the roof of the net. And I think Chalobah may have got the goal. Albion 0, Crystal Palace 1.
Well, I don't think nothing wrong with the goal, Johnny. I think it's poor defending. You look, it's put pressure on the goalkeeper. It took a deflection, but I don't know if he's offside already. I don't know if them two players are playing.
Well, there's about 3 or 4 players at the near post, but there's also 3 or 4 Crystal Palace players ready to pounce.
Come on, Van Heck. Keeper has to come there, Johnny. You got 2 big players in front of you. You said they were dangerous upset plays, and rightly so they are. But again, that's another not clean sheet now. That, Johnny, what's that? 1 clean sheet
in 16.
Not good enough.
Certainly not. I've been feeling backroom staff having a word with Simon Hoover, the 4th official. It's all immaterial, really. A lot of people standing with there is a VAR check apparently. Not quite sure what for, really. Possible offside.
I don't think it touched him though, Johnny. I think he's missed it. I think it's for Lacroix, if I'm really honest.
Well,
if it hits his back.
But now it's checking for handball. So they've checked the offside. I think that must be okay. So now they're checking for handball. And the hand. Yes, the right hand of Ismaila Sarr there.
Handball Sarr.
I think they've just given it, haven't they?
Yeah.
The goal stands. I think Albion felt that it might have been a vain hope, really.
I think you're touching it.
Yeah,
scores, aren't you? There,
yeah, I think you're absolutely right. So, Trevor Chalobah has given Crystal Palace the lead, and as you said, no clean sheet without for the Albion. Can they find a response? Aliba works it to the right. Lamptey is eye off the ball, but then tries to scooch past Eze, who lunges in slightly, goes out for a throw. Lamptey's down on the ground. He did get a little bit of the ball. I said about the delivery of Will Hughes as well. Got a lovely little dip on all of his corners that actually caused Albion a few issues. And I said about the height of Chalobah, Lacroix and Gahey.
Well, you said they're putting the goalkeeper off, aren't they? They're all in front of the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We didn't have nobody standing in front of their goalkeeper. He comes out and collects it.
Ruta goes down, no foul, says the referee. Estupiñán to Mitoma, edge of the box, up against Chalobah, pulls it back. Ayari sends it over the bar on the half volley. Wasn't that difficult a chance, really. Goal kick. Palace leading by a goal to 0.
Yeah, this ball just had to wait for it a little bit. Mitoma.
One thing I would say, just in the last couple of games, Verbruggen's not maybe been quite as convincing, particularly from crosses. And actually, I don't know whether you want to call that crosses. He's not effectively from open play, so it probably doesn't count. Albion are the only team yet to concede from a cross in the Premier League this season. But there, effectively, it probably won't count as one because it's from a corner, but it certainly caused some problems. And straight down the middle of the pitch, the 2 centre-backs seem to be able to head it away quite comfortably, but from wide areas it has caused some problems. Albion in the middle, Ayari Beaten to it there by Lerma. Eza. Minte goes in, pokes it forward, but it's picked up by Maxence Lacroix. Back to his keeper, who clears. Well, that'll really suit Crystal Palace, the way that they play, because as Albion come on to them, they want to break, and they're breaking here through Sarr. Sarr looks up, drills it across goal, fumbled there by Verbruggen, falls to Tyrick Mitchell, he's on his right side, pokes it in, this time Verbruggen saves, low to his left hand side, comes back in, this time it's put away by Lewis Dunk. Well, maybe he should have come for the corner previously, but proved his worth there, part of Verbruggen, saving low to his left side.
I think that here he should keep all of that. That's a mistake from the goalkeeper. But this situation here, it's a good save. But Lamptey's work rate there to close down is excellent.
Yeah, I think they were very glad that Mitchell had it on his right side, because he's so left-sided a player. He couldn't hit the shot when it came out from Verbruggen in the initial save. Made amends with the second. Free kick over the far side, I think, for Crystal Palace.
We'll use and Lerma out battling our two midfield players, Ayari and Belieber, Johnny. Yeah, that's for sure. I know they want two young lads, Ayari and Belieber, but you need to get a grip.
Yeah. Here it is. Eza takes it into the box, comes off Lewis Dunk, who manages to get it clear. Belieber trying to take it away. No foul there. I think it's the right decision, to be honest, Warren. I think he set out his stall, Michael Oliver. Mitchell in a bit of trouble. Oh, Ruta just tugging his shirt there. If he hadn't, it's a shame, because Minte tried to rob it on the final last line. He would have been through.
So it's a free kick, he's pulling his shirt.
Yeah, but did he need to do it again?
No, you don't need to do that. Belieber has to be a bit stronger. Keeps going down too easily, Johnny. 6'2", very strong build, and he's going down like...
not really risen to the occasion today. Lamptey totally misjudged that, and Mitchell's got in behind, down the left side by the byline, curls it in, back post, keeper hasn't come, and it's headed in. Palace extend their lead. This time it's Ismaila Sarr. Tyrick Mitchell allowed to curl the ball to the back post. A looping ball, a comfortable header back across goal. Albion 0, Crystal Palace 2.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Lamptey here, John. I think he has to do quite a lot, Mitchell, with his cross. I think he's onside, so it's hit his back. Misjudged it, Mitchell, but what a cross this is. What's it Stupian and Dunk doing? Stupian communicating with Mention. Stupian has to be calling Lewis Dunk, saying it's coming over. Nothing.
There's two Albion defenders there. He gets a run on them, he's attacking goal, he gets beyond Dunk, he gets beyond the other Albion defender. Albion, I've got to say, have been a bit all over the place defensively in this game.
Yeah, I don't think it's just the defence, Johnny. I think it's two centre midfield players. I'm going to call it out now. I'll be surprised if one of them not taken off at half time. See, it's two centre midfield players.
Just feels like at times they've been bypassed. It's stunned silence around the Amex. Well, we know that Albion can play a lot better than this, so there must be more in the tank, but we haven't seen it yet.
When it comes to Beale, he's having too many touches, Johnny. Slowing it down. We want to play on the front foot.
Yeah, get that ball a little bit earlier into the likes of Joao Pedro and Jorginho Ruta. The one change made today was bring Minte into the game. They need to get him more involved, I think, as well, down this right flank if they can. Get him in one-on-one situations. Here's Van Hecker finding Ruta. Ruta saw the man coming, just pushed it down the line, and seen how to play by Gay. Again, they seem a little bit hesitant, a bit worried that they're going to get tackled, Warren. A bit fearful.
Like you say, Johnny, some of these players are making a debut in this situation, in this derby match, aren't they? You would think Ayari, probably he's making his debut. Ruta, Belieber, Minte, need to get a grip.
Certainly do. Just being out-muscled a little. Oh, now Van Hecker with a terrible clearance, just barely got a touch on the ball. Hughes drilling it in low. This time Van Hecke's there to intercept. Moves it across there to Estupinian. He's nearly caught in possession. Munoz though didn't do enough. Toma tries to take it clear. Chalabar, scorer of the first goal, slides in. Wins it again. Sarr, scorer of the second. Gets it back out there to Munoz. Munoz playing it back. Mitchell's gone back post. Linte needed to keep his eye on him, but Sarr's got to the byline, right side, drills it in, took a deflection. Unfortunately for Verbruggen, it fell into his hands. Just a slight pause there from Verbruggen. He eventually sends it long towards Joao Pedro. Probably needed to go a second earlier.
Okay, he's won the header. Chalabar there. Well, you just picked it up. Nobody around him. Ayari, Belieber, too far off the centre midfield players. They're bringing it down and starting to play off from there. Definitely, Belieber. Here, look, flicking outside of his foot now.
Ruta trying to win it back on this near side. Kept in play. Mitchell to Gahey. Chip ball over the top by Jefferson Lerma. Van Hecke allows it to bounce and then heads it back to his keeper. Mateta was just behind.
They're playing with so much confidence, Crystal Palace, Johnny.
You know, they've handed the initiative to the visitors, certainly. Watford leading West Brom by a goal to nil in the Championship. Vakumbayo with the goal 10 minutes before the break at Vicarage Road. Here at the Amex, Albion are 2-0 down. Things have certainly not gone to plan. Lamptey, little 1-2, that's better. Around the neck there from Eze, but he's still going, Lamptey. Dives to the ground. I think he forgot about the ball. Ruta tries to win it back, comes off his foot and out for a goal kick.
Heard of them. Minte and Lamptey. I think they're playing a diving competition, isn't it? Who can do the best dive?
Try and stay on your feet if you can.
But he had no picture in his mind there, Lamptey driving through the ball. Head down, takes a few little bumps and along the way, and then runs into defenders. You need to get your head up.
Certainly going to be a bit of soul searching to come, I think, in the half-time break, but maybe Albion can pull one back before then. 8 minutes left of normal time in this first half, because they've seen themselves slip to 9th in the table as it stands at the moment. There's more games to come as well. Brentford in action a little bit later against their West London rivals. Here's Mateta brushing off Belieber. He'll be glad because Van Hecke was there. Belieber now drilling it over to the left hand side. Toma gives chase, gets there before Chalabar. Getting towards the corner flag now. 3 in the box to pick out. Someone needs to try and get it in, but it's gone to the edge of the area. Belieber trying to create half a yard of space and then smacking it straight at the defender.
He came to Belieber, John. Nothing, no picture in his mind, and he takes an age to pass the ball to his teammate.
I'm not quite sure why Mitoma didn't whip it into the box, really. I know they've got plenty of height in defence, but
to be fair, there's nobody up there with him, Johnny, if I'm really honest.
No, the option to Belieber didn't work either, which is frustrating. Reminder, if you're just joining us here, Albion 2-0 down. Ayari trying to flick it past Hughes, all stuck underneath his feet. Hughes felt he was foul, but Albion come again through Mitoma. Covering there is Munoz. Stops it from going out from a corner, trying to get it out of play, but it's picked up by Estupinian. Feel like it's quite important that Albion try and change the dynamic of the game more and get a goal before half time.
Yeah, you need a goal before half time, that's for sure. Then if you do, it's game on.
Lamptey coming across the pitch midway through the Crystal Palace half. As you say, they don't really know, it doesn't feel like they know what they're going to do with the ball when they've got possession. Mitoma sends an early cross to the back post, which is arriving too late. It goes behind for a goal kick.
There, John. He's on his heels. On his heels. He reacts when the ball's when he's hit the ball. He reacts. It's too late then.
Yeah.
To be making him run as he's pulling his foot back. To be making his run on the back post.
If you think about Sarr when he's attacking that header, he's running at goal, isn't he? At pace, timing the run well. Couldn't really be something to be said, really. I was chatting to someone before kick-off talking about, you know, the absence of Joel Veltman, but also the likes of Milner, Welbeck. Sometimes in these big games, I don't think they would be particularly happy so far, as Lamptey puts in the tackle on Eze.
But we mentioned Johnny before. Crosses from wide areas, we're comfortable on them situations, but we conceded a goal now, haven't we? First time this season from a wide cross. Mitchell there saw back post. That shouldn't happen. That usually doesn't happen with Brighton. But like I keep saying, they're getting bullied.
Yep. Forward by Lacroix goes straight down the throat of Verbruggen. Well, I thought they were bullied a little bit at Fulham, Warren.
If you think, and do you know who did it at Fulham? Was the centre forward?
Yeah, Muniz. Yeah.
Muniz. Today, it's Mateta bullying Van Dijk and Dunk.
And in the midfield, I think you've got to say as well. Yeah,
it's non-existent.
Dunk overran that one and gave away a throw.
There's no picture. There's nobody running in behind, Johnny. The pitch is congested, isn't it? You can see there Lewis Dunk carrying the ball, and they're all coming towards him. Not one person is spun in behind there to give him an option. There's no option for Lewis there.
Well, at least time is on their side. They've got plenty of that to try and get themselves back into the game. We talked a lot about throwing away winning positions. 14 points dropped this season, but they're going to have to come from behind here themselves. And of course, they're yet to be beaten at home in the Premier League this season, and they certainly don't want that first defeat to be at the hands of Crystal Palace. Into the feet of Mateta, oozing confidence at the moment, Crystal Palace, but there's Lamptey to dispossess Eze. Ruta now had the ball under control. Lerma caught, free kick.
She's getting frustrated, Ruta. It's not worked as that number 10 so far, Johnny.
No, that's what I was saying about Pedro. I always feel is a little bit better further back. Mind you, I played in that role last week, of course, with Ferguson playing as the 9. Here's Sarr out on the wide. Munoz making good ground, plenty of space for him. Sizes up the cross, sends it in. Eze with a header, just wide.
Massive chance.
Should have done better really there. Eberici Eze. Thankfully for the Seagulls, it drifted past the post. Delightful work by Munoz. I talked about the assists, 5 in the Premier League already this season. It nearly ended up being 6 there. Still 2-0 to Palace.
Yeah, it could have been 6. Scored 2 goals already, Johnny, as well. And I mentioned about our full-backs and the space in behind their wing-backs today. Mitchell, Nunez. Well, it's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got behind.
Albion haven't got in behind at all, have they?
And Mitchell set up the second goal, and Nunez there just nearly set up another goal. Our full-backs not got a crossing at all.
Well, very frustrating so far. Here's Lamptey. Pedro wants a little bit of movement. I think he wants Minte to get more involved in the game.
Pedro never stops running, does he?
No, he doesn't. I don't mind him shouting at his teammates there, because he's come back there into a virtual right-back position because he wants to get involved in the game, make something happen. And he feels his teammates aren't doing enough of the same.
They've got 2 banks of 4 now, Johnny, haven't they? It's going to be hard to break them down.
Here's Ruta trying to do exactly that, but his pass was a bit short on Ayari. The referee lets it go. On the break, Palace still going. Eze rolls it in. Mateta, left foot, cross goal, back post. There is Estupinian to clear. The flag's up anyway. It wouldn't have counted, offside. But you talk about in transition, they break so quickly. They break with pace, and that's exactly what they did. But came to nothing in the end, and still Albion trail by 2-0.
It's poor pass, isn't it? Ruta into Raya. Lamptey's gone on the overlap, so he's out of position. And to give offside there, it's a touchy decision, that, Johnny. I don't think he was offside, if I'm honest. But they broke on us very quickly and got in behind very quickly. So it's what we should be doing to them. It's completely opposite, Johnny. They're doing it to us.
Well, a few people heading to get a half-time drink, some sort of refreshment. They might need a pick-me-up as we head towards the break.
Well, we're going this way. We're going to need a performance from the Tottenham, isn't it? We're 2-0 down.
Yeah. There's Minte giving chase, still going. Brings it back off the left back Mitchell. Lamptey's control was poor there, and he went high with his feet there. He made a connection there with Eze. That could have been a bit of a problem there for Tariq Lamptey. Half time, Watford 1, West Brom 0. 4 added on minutes here. Matoma tackled in the middle by Lacroix. Sarr wanted a little bit too much time on the ball there. He nearly gave it away, but Palace playing with so much confidence. I know they're on a good run. Just the one defeat in their last 7 games, so they have found form. There's no two ways about it. So I think the goals as well have just given them that confidence to play, particularly the second, to give that little bit of clear water. Here's Ruta trying the little reverse ball to Minte. Eze into the middle. Good run through the middle there by Sarr, dragged back by Lewis Dunk. He'll probably get booked for that, the captain, and he is.
Well, he's taken one for the team there, Johnny, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah.
Out position. He's having a go at Ruta. Rightly so, Johnny. Keep giving the ball away.
I think there might be a few harsh words in that dressing room at half time. Free kick on halfway, just inside the Albion half. Central position for Mark Gahey to get us back underway. Goes it to the left hand side. Eze trying to get away from Ruta.
Protects the ball very well, doesn't he, Eze?
But do you know what I mean about his position and his body shape is excellent, and he actually has got a lot of strength as well. Lewis Dunk back pass to Verbruggen over the top of Sarr. Munoz wins the header against Estupiñán. Mateta trying to take it out wide. Frenchman loses it out, and it's recovered there by Mitoma. Ayari trying to work it into the middle. Belieber trying to get between two players. It's fallen fortunately for Ruta. Ruta onto his left foot, along the ground to Mitoma. Moving forward quickly here now, Albion. Pedro out wide on the left. Only Ruta in the middle waiting for the cross. Minte goes back post. Into the middle there by Pedro. Ruta goes down, no foul, no penalty.
He's stronger there, doesn't you? It's like playing against the wall. He has to be a wall there, Ruta. Use his body strength, hold the ball up and lay it back to Pedro.
Here's Lamptey getting to the edge of the box, onto his left foot. Oh, seemed to take a deflection. No, maybe it was just sliced. Goal kick. Decent position there from Tariq Lamptey.
Thought he could do the reverse pass here, Johnny. It's a great run from Pedro. You watch, great run there.
Oh, reverse ball to Pedro. He's onside as well. But I suppose when you've stuck one into the top corner last weekend at Leicester City, you'd imagine that he was looking to do the same again. Heading towards the break. Just another 60 seconds left on the clock. 4 minutes of added on time to be played here. Albion 2-0 down. And I have to say, apart from the early strike from Karu Mitoma, Dean Henderson hasn't had a great deal to do.
Well, he's not been putting any pressure on corners, Johnny. Our goalkeepers put pressure in and around him by the height of Mateta.
And Palace are on the attack again through Sarr. Sarr here tries a reverse ball, but that's blocked by a combination of Lewis Dunk and Tariq Lamptey. Don't forget you can get involved and join the conversation.
Well, this is where the manager's going to have to earn his corn, John, isn't it?
Yeah.
Decision making he has to make, because there's going to be some.
Yeah, I think it has to be changes at half time. It's just not worked out at all. Here's Gahey, tackled by Ruta. Lamptey, oh, that's strong from Gahey. He'll be booked for that one. Just a little bit late. So both captains have been booked. Any cautions of the game so far? 2 cautions, 2 goals, both coming for the visitors. Trevor Chalobah and Ismaila Sarr on target today so far. Half time then, Albion trailing by 2-0. Boos around the Amex. It's been pretty quiet ever since the first goal was conceded in the 27th minute as Trevor Chalobah fired it into the roof of the net after an initial save. Verbruggen was called into action a couple of times, made a good save low to his left, but he did spill one on his right hand side. And then 6 minutes later, Ismaila Sarr doubled their advantage, stealing in at the back post to head home past Bart Verbruggen for a second time. Eze had a header that went wide late on. Albion's only chance coming in the first 5 minutes as Karu Mitoma, his shot was saved by Dean Henderson at the near post. Maliba's volley over the bar. Scant consolation really, Albion not creating enough. Pervis Estupiñán heading down the tunnel shaking his head, and that probably sums it up in the first 45 minutes for the Albion, Warren.
Well, we've been second best all over the pitch, Johnny. Started well after the first 5 minutes, but since then it's been all more or less Palace. Put us under lots of pressure, missed a few chances to themselves. And I said before the game started, 50-50 challenges, you have to win them, Johnny. Today we haven't won any. I think the bypassing our centre midfield players, I think one of them will have to come off, if I'm really honest. Maybe Ruta as well, or bring Minte off and put Ruta out wide.
Yeah.
Because he as a number 10, I don't think he's not performed today as a number 10, so we've seen him perform as a right winger, so we may have to bring him out wide. But he's going to have to do some changes, that's for sure, on personnel.
Well, maybe even formation. We'll have to wait and see. Plenty for Albion to do in the second half if they're to pull this one around. They trail at the break here at the Amex by 2-0 against their bitter rivals, Crystal Palace.
Johnny and Warren, thank you. Full live commentary coming up in the second half. You can hear that on the BBC Sounds app if you need to get out and about this time of year. James E. Shaw, he's on Twitter straight away. Palace currently playing like a side that know the secret of beating us, close us down in the final third of the field and hit us on the break. We want your reaction. You can text, you can tweet, do get in contact. We'll have plenty at half time. We're going to hear from Fabian Hürzeler and Paul Barber on Mr. Gomez. Of course, Diego Gomez paraded in front of the fans today at the Amex. He'll be watching that. In fact, we saw on the TV pictures he looked a bit glum. The side he's just joining and will be fit to play for in January are 2-0 down to Palace. Your thoughts? And we'll also look at the transfer window. Albion women reaction from a 1-1 draw yesterday. That's all to come.
If you remember when Christmas didn't start in August, you'll love The Rewind. All night now.
You are my destiny. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking on the staying alive.
The Rewind. Weekdays from 1. BBC Radio Sussex.
Yes, good afternoon. It's a sports special with myself, Tim Darren's. Brighton and Albion in trouble. 2-0 down to their rivals, Crystal Palace at the Amex. They were 2-0 down to Spurs, and we know what happened there. So big second half to come. Will there be any substitutions? We will go back as soon as we know if there's any changes being made. But one man who's in the stand, as I say, watching, who'll be available to play in January, is Diego Gomez, the Paraguayan. Fabian Hürzeler has been speaking about him, as has Paul Barber. He's joined from the MLS side, and he's ready to play in January. Here's Hürzeler.
I think we have some examples already in summer how challenging it is to come from a different league to the Premier League, to adapt. It takes time. Sometimes it goes a little bit faster. Sometimes it goes a little bit slower with the players. But one is truly sure that it will be a big challenge for him. But it's up to us and also up to the club and to the team to fully integrate them as quick as possible. And that what I experienced so far is that we will get a player and also a person who's very open-minded, who's lovely, who wants to play football, and that's something what will help him. And this club always has the right environment to integrate the players as quick as possible, and that's what we try to do, to give him this environment, to help him the best we can, to give him the support, not only from the staff, also from the teammates, and I'm sure that this will go quick.
Yeah, we're looking forward to him. He's a young midfielder, someone we've been tracking for some time. And I think, rumours were spreading about Diego coming to the club, quite some time ago. So we were delighted to be able to confirm that. We've got a very strong squad. We've got lots of different options in all of our key positions. So I'm very much hoping that January won't be too busy at all. Either with incoming phone calls from clubs wanting our best players, or for us having to go out and buy more, because we have got a good squad. It's a young squad. It's a talented squad. It's started the season, very well. And, as in any Premier League season, there's going to be sort of moments when things don't go according to the best of your plans, but you have to be resilient to those moments, and we have been so far, and we're really looking forward to the Christmas programme. There's a lot of football to play, and it's a time of year when, although it's busy for everyone generally, I think everyone looks forward to the festive period for all the matches that we play and the excitement that it brings. So, we're very much looking forward to it.
So that's Paul Barber, and before that Fabian Hertzler. Diego Gomez in the crowd today watching the Albion 2-0 down at home to their big rivals Crystal Palace. Brett Biddulph has tweeted at BBC Sussex Sport, "Spineless performance," he says. "Son of one, we've become like Spurs. We only show up for the bigger sides." Matt Elliott, quite simply, the worst first half I've ever seen. A few boos at half-time. One tweeter thought that was a little bit harsh. So there we go. It's what happens, says Charlie Chivrolino 20, when you neglect to strengthen a defence that leaks goals all last season, and now possibly the worst defence we've had since we've been in the Premier League. Strong stuff, and we want your thoughts. Give us a call. You can text, you can tweet. That's at full time with myself and Warren between about 4 and 4:30. I'll give you all the numbers, the text lines, the WhatsApp numbers, everything, the phone number, that's all. We'll open the phone lines at full time. But let's switch to the women, who are now just getting into their break for the winter. They have a big 1-month break in the women's game, but they had to settle for a 1-1 draw in their final WSL match before the break started. They drew 1-1 at home to Spurs. They came from a goal down, though, to equalise. The scorer, Marissa Ollis Lagers, I should say, with about 8 minutes to play. The Seagulls stay 5th in the table then, after 10 games, so a pretty good start under the new boss, Dario Vidicic, their best ever start to a WSL season. Our reporter, Rosie Tinbergen, joined the post-match press conference to get the reaction of both Ollis Lagers and the head coach, Dario Vidicic.
Game of two halves. But not necessarily that Tottenham were better than us in the second half. I still think we probably created a little bit more to maybe even get the winner at the end. But we probably just lost that little bit of control. I think it's just something, again, to learn from that first half. We were quite dominant, created the chances, probably didn't get the goal that we deserved. And then I think we got a little bit... I think fatigue does naturally play a factor as well. We've had our third game in 6 days. The girls, there's 13 of them. 3 are on match restrictions as well. So... all this plays a factor, but then it's just that learning that, once it's that way that we've got it, can we just keep going, and then the chances will come. So we probably went a little bit too much, and then that plays into their hands with their transition threats. We didn't deal with the goal well. We sort of lost Beth, and she's a great finisher. If you give her a chance, she'll punish you. But I thought, again, terrific response. Mo, fantastic goal, and then we had a couple more chances at the end, and it's probably just that extra pass. So we sort of see the chance, probably one more pass to someone in a better position, and we'd probably be talking here with 3 points. But I think a lot of positives, and I think a good point, but we're probably sad that it's probably not 3.
Dario alluded to the fact that he already misses you before you've gone. What's the team atmosphere like in the changing rooms? What is it like when you come in at half time? How are you guys feeling, and how close knit are you all?
Yeah, I think we have a really great group. We have some very experienced players, some players who it's the first time in a WSL, so I think we have a great mix of that. And yeah, if we come in half time, or even before the game, after the game, during the game, I think everyone just listen to each other. We really want to fight for each other. Even today, you could see the desire to win, the desire to work for each other. So yeah, I think that's very good from us. And then added to that, we play some very good football.
Congratulations on a fantastic goal as well. How did that influence your confidence for the rest of the match, and how will it impact you going into the new year?
Yeah, of course, it's one moment, but yeah, it was a nice goal. But yeah, very happy with the goal. My first goal here, first goal in WSL. So yeah, I'm just happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dario, that was a fantastic display, especially in the first half. You were on top, on the front foot. How did you feel that translated as the game went on? Do you think it was harsh when you fell behind? Do you felt that went in, it was against the run of play a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think it wouldn't have been deserved for the girls' efforts. Especially, I thought we were probably a little bit unfortunate as well at Chelsea. We had really, really good chances, and I think that's another learning curve, that to be that clinical. So when you have your moments to dominate, that when the chances do fall, that we are a little bit more clinical, that we put them away and get. But it won't always be perfect. They give everything. The girls, they go out, they're trying their best. No one goes out deliberately to not want to score, or so. It's just that part that we've taken a lot of lessons, and also the one that you mentioned about now teams will start to slow it down, start to maybe stay down a little bit longer, keepers going down to rearrange stuff. So that's normal, and we're starting to face that. So we need to learn then also how do we mentally also ride that and keep ourselves in the game and keep going. But no, it's been really good.
And to come from behind to collect a point is never easy. Will that influence your confidence at all moving into the new year and the rest of the season?
I think it's something we've shown, even at Chelsea. It would have been very easy to, even a 1-0, but especially a 3-1, to drop our heads and to just feel like it's not our day today. We got the second goal. We should have probably got the third to equalise that day. And then, after that, anything can happen. But it's something we spoke about, and we said it's never finished. It's like a never say die attitude, because at 1-0, if we go away from it or we drop our heads, then the quality of the league, it can very easily become much worse. So we know with the way we play that we can create an opportunity at any moment. If teams drop off, we're able to find those holes to create chances. If they press us high, we're able to play through it, and then we can maybe go that little bit faster when we've got the overload. So we're trying to work to play in many different ways, so we're not predictable. And we've learned a lot. We'll reflect a lot on that, and then we'll just look to improve even more. That in games like tonight, that we find a way to win.
Daria Vidicic and Marissa Oleschlager speaking there to Rosie Tinbergen after our commentary last night. 4 games today in the Women's Super League. Everton have beaten Manchester City. It's a huge shock already today. Aston Villa lead West Ham 2-1. Crystal Palace 0. Manchester United 1 at half-time. And Arsenal leading Liverpool by a goal to 0. They've played around about 35 minutes. In our feature game in the Premier League, Brighton Hove Albion 2-0 down, home to arch rivals Crystal Palace. Lots of strong reaction from you people on the socials. You can text, you can tweet, you can ring us after 4. We'll give you the numbers at full time. Jolien Bennett says many of this group are only up for it when the shop window and bright lights of playing the Big Six team is on. Such a complacent mentality again, everyone else. Ant Watts, Lamptey's not up to it in my opinion. Always a mistake in him. On the defence, Kevin Johnson says abysmal. Aside from JPVH, Van Hecker, we need a total overhaul at the back, both full backs and a world-class centre-back. Not seen a great performance like this for a long time. I changed the word that's here for great. Not a great performance is what he's saying. Sussex by the Sea, players are running like lost chickens in that first half. Just awful. Hope they wake up for the second half and we get some goals. So Brighton 2-0 down. Still to come, of course, this afternoon at 3 other Premier League games at 4:30. It's the Manchester derby. City at home to United. Chelsea welcome Brentford at 7. Also at 7 tonight, Southampton welcome Spurs. Full second half commentary online and on the web next.
What's your Christmas mood? Work party? Or party at home? From Christmas hits to Christmas chill, we've got sounds for that. With the ultimate Christmas movie mixtape.
So hurry down the chimney tonight.
Sounds of the 90s, festive special. And the Mindful Mix. Search Christmas music on BBC Sounds.
Yes, Christmas will get a whole lot more cheerful if the Seagulls can turn things round at the Amex. Will there be any changes? They're 2-0 down at home to Crystal Palace. Warren Aspinall, the former Albion striker, alongside Johnny Cantor.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed. Yeah, the players pretty much out. I can see 10 outfield players. It suggests there's one change coming. Andrew Crofts has got the board out. Maybe that Evan Ferguson may be coming on. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But looks like changes afoot. There's no Tariq Lamptey come out, so a right back come off there, Warren. And what would you like to have seen, do you think? If you were the manager, what would you have done, do you think?
Well, I'm looking at what formation
and Cesso's stripped off.
And Cesso's coming on, yeah. But what formation are we going to play now?
Well, yeah.
Is Winter playing as a fullback?
Well, there's no sign of Crystal Palace. So they're Albion are ready to kick off, but no sign of the visitors.
Yeah, but he's
well, so we've got. Here they come, booed as they return onto the pitch here.
2-0 up, Johnny. They're going to make us wait, aren't they? Do what they want.
Well, it's been a difficult time for Julio Enciso, and he's wanted more minutes. Now he's got them. So Enciso's on. Lamptey's off.
I think he's gone 3 at the back, Johnny. Estupiñán, Duncan, Van Heck, Minter, Matoma wide. That's where he's gone.
Yeah. We'll have to see whether it works. The ball's being retrieved by people on the side of the pitch as we get back underway. The one change made by Albion, maybe not the one change that people would have expected. Albion attacking the north stand. But Albion switching to 3 centre-backs, and immediately Lewis Dunk having to grapple with Jean-Philippe Mateta. So looks like he's going quite high up the pitch, so that allows Pedro to just sit in just behind, which we were talking about a little bit earlier. I guess Ferguson may be wondering why he didn't come on, such as the push for places in the Albion team at the moment. Pedro back to Lewis Dunk. Here's Estupiñán on halfway, away from Hughes. Now Mitoma just getting it back there to Belieber. Looks so casual, doesn't he, on the ball, but trying to get his head up. Just, for me, he's just slowed things down on too many occasions so far today. They need to bring back a little bit of that intensity and vigour in their game if they can. 2-0 they trail. Albion fans relatively quiet, understandably I suppose, but maybe they can get them going. Here's Julio Enciso to Pedro scooping it up 10 yards outside the box, away to the left. Mitoma just into the box, tried to lay it off there to João Pedro. Wasn't the best of balls, wasn't the best of controls, and then there's a free kick. So that sums it up, Warren. Just not quite enough quality on the ball.
You get in a good area pitch there, John. You can fire it across. There's so many players in the box. They've had time and space before when they haven't picked a man out, so I don't see why there's no harm in just firing it across goal.
Yeah, they haven't done that today. Watford now 2-0 up against West Brom. Bayo with his second goal. Norwich City 1-0 up against Burnley. Albion head to Carrow Road in the FA Cup, another game that you can catch live on BBC Radio Sussex as Belieber goes long, peeling away as Ruta on the right, trying to bring it down. Forward goes Minte, helping him out. Ruta trying to get in behind Tyrick Mitchell there towards the corner flag. Goes out of play for a throw. That's better. Ruta now trying to get the crowd going. Not a massive fan of that, but sometimes it's about what you do on the pitch that sort of finds that response, but I know what he's trying to do. Throw taken right side, swung in by Minte. Reasonable enough cross, the flick header away from Chalobah, falls for Mitoma. Mitoma takes a touch, then shoots, comes back for Ayari on the rebound. He curls it back post. No one quite gambled there. But Hecker trying to force Eze into a mistake on the far side as Mitchell clears.
It's a good start from Brighton, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Better quality final third.
A lot better. Enciso coming short into the centre circle. Away from Hughes. Maybe he'll give those two central midfielders something a little bit more to think about.
Minter has to get wider, Johnny. Make the pitch big, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because so many players now playing along that line. Rooch has gone inside.
Here's Belieber. Oh, slipped by the defender into Enciso. Enciso tries to get it out of his feet. Rolls it out wide. Minte doesn't want to take it on his right foot. Gets to the byline, tries to drill it low, blocks out for the corner. Still think it could have come in quicker.
Oh yeah, he went on his right hand side. We could have crossed it quicker on his right hand side.
Well, bright start then to the second half from the Seagulls. Desperate to get themselves back into contention in this game. Reminder, they haven't been beaten in the Premier League here at the Amex this season. Will that change today? They need a goal soon. Estupiñán sends it high, backpedaling is Van Hecker, flicks it away from goal, such that he was off balance and then put out of play there by Crystal Palace.
It must be aimed to the near post, that corner, Johnny, because there's nobody at the back post, is there? They've all gone near post, so I think it's over it.
Oh, Minte trying to lay it off there to Pedro. He apologises. Again, just not good enough in terms of the passing. A little bit off it. They had an early chance from Mitoma in the first half, but really that's been it in terms of testing this Crystal Palace defence. Pedro through the legs to Ayari. Now Belieber away from Hughes, who just gave him a little knock on the way. Now Estupinian. Again, trying to take too many touches. Mateta bundles him off the ball. But
I don't know what's on, Johnny. Belieber at the moment.
Munoz in strongly, he'll get a yellow card for that. In on Joao Pedro. Second caution for a Crystal Palace player. Gehi and Munoz dunk for the Albion. He's got to his feet, so he looks like he's okay. Short free kick. Pedro goes back to Lewis Dunk. It's a rotating three really up that front central area. And they're trying to find Minte. He heads it towards Ayari. Ayari turns to look in field, using Pedro. First time ball to Minte, whose pace isn't quite there. He's fast, but he's not that fast. And taken by Henderson.
Yeah, no, it's I don't think that pass is ever on, Johnny, is it?
Yeah, very difficult indeed.
Angles wasn't there to make that pass.
But I quite like the first time ball. That's the one thing I do quite like, the fact that he hit it early, but as you say, too straight, not quite the angles. Has been a bit vertical in terms of the passing today from the Seagulls. Here's Ruta taking it away from Mark Gehi. They're doing good work on that right side, still going. Gehi stumbles, put out wide to Minte. Minte tries to drive to the byline, but took it too far and required to shepherd the ball out of play.
Again, just whip his foot round it, right foot, get the ball into the box. And Cecil's in there, Pedro's in there, Mitoma's in there. Because when he gets beyond, he doesn't get his head up, does he?
Just the way it shows just how football's evolved, doesn't it, Warren? The lack of crosses in the game, particularly in the Premier League nowadays.
Yeah.
Just don't see many crosses, well, especially not in the air anyway. Good work by Mitoma to sort of stoop low and head it back there to Verbruggen. He hits it first time. Had a great deal to do in this second half. That's the way Albion want it, but they've still got some work to do up the other end because they're 2-0 down here. Van Hecker with a nice ball through the middle. Estupinian's got loads of space, pushes it out wide. Mitoma has to go and retrieve it, which is a bit of a shame. Fizzes it in with pace, just behind the three players in the box. Minte trying to get there to stop it from going out for a throw, but I'm not sure the whole ball had gone out there, but it wasn't a great ball in.
Passed it wide there, it's a poor pass to Mitoma. Then that allows Crystal Palace to get set as defenders.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a simple pass really, isn't it? Just not exact. A little bit sloppy, a little bit careless. Can they change that? Here's Pedro peeling away to the left now. Never stops. Looking for an option. Ayari returns it back. On this left side is Estupinian. Down the line to Mitoma. Mitoma thought about running at Munoz. Give Crystal Palace some credit for their organisational and discipline defensively, but ball in there by Enciso. Pedro comes back for Belieber, 10 yards outside the box. Couple of passes. Manager saying get wide. He's saying to Mitoma and to Minte, get as wide as you can. Off he goes to the byline. Mitoma drags it back on the angle. Ayari takes a touch, sets up Pedro. The shot is blocked, never really got hold of it. And Crystal Palace clear. Albion go again. All Albion in the first 8 minutes of the second half. 2-goal deficit at the moment. Mitoma looks like the outlet. Did really well to get the cross in, and he's played that into Pedro. Pedro trying to take it away from Hughes, pulls it back. Mitoma hits it low along the ground. It's a stuck out toe by Maxence Lacroix that helps Crystal Palace get away. Now Ruta comes from the right. He's fouled. Free kick.
It's good possession, Johnny, but we're not testing the goalkeeper, are we?
A couple of scuffed shots in there. No real clean hit as yet. But certainly Mitoma and Pedro trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
Well, if Lacroix hadn't cleared, I'm not sure that Henderson would have got there. Mitoma, who came so close early in the first half, coming close there. Nearly 10 minutes played of the second period. Albion with the free kick, right side of the box. Stupinian standing over it, Ayari as well. Two sitting on the edge of the box. One is Enciso, the other is Baliba. Two in the wall for Crystal Palace. It's about 10 yards from the byline. Lovely angle. What will they do with it? Will they go for the cross or will they pull it back? Have to wait and see. Ayari curling it in there, dunk with a header, parried away by Henderson. Another corner for the Seagulls.
Straight at him, isn't it? The header. Doesn't have to move. Henderson. Plan looked straight at him. One for the cameras, for the goalkeeper.
This time is Stupinian curling it in there, comes off the shoulder of Dunk this time, away by Lacroix, and then a volleyed clearance to get it clear on that occasion. I think it was Jefferson Lum, or maybe Tyrick Mitchell, who got it away in the end. Need those chances to go in, launched high. Henderson comes out, collides with his own defender Mark Gahey, and Mitchell pounces on the ball to clear. Unfortunate that didn't get full to a blue and white shirt. Good tackle by Baliba. Now can Albion drive forward through the heart of the midfield. Angled ball across, easily dealt with by Chalabar. Thumping the ball clear, trying to get it to Mateta in some form of relief for Crystal Palace. But it's all Albion in this second half. 11 minutes on the clock.
Baliba did all the hard bit, didn't he? Wins the ball, wins the challenge, and then gives it away.
Not the first time we've said that this season, Warren. Here's Enciso, darting left and right, trying to find pockets of space. It's three through the centre, but there's lots of Crystal Palace players as well. Still Hertzler wants his wide men, literally just that, out wide as Pedro takes it down the left channel, drifting into the box, trying to get it square there to Enciso. Cleared, and Stupinian trying to win it back. Mitoma first to it. Albion winning the 50-50s now.
Well, that's better, isn't it?
This is how they wanted to start the first half. Little 1-2. Enciso gets it back, edge of the box, onto his right foot, sizes up his options, shoots! Oh, it's a brilliant save by Henderson. The first one was for the cameras. That one, well, that was special. Enciso felt it was curling into the right-hand corner. We've seen him in that position before, onto his right foot, had the bend, but the keeper had the angle. Out for a corner.
Great save, great play from Enciso. Going in the bottom corner. Great save.
Really good.
He's brought life to the team. Enciso getting on the ball.
Know what he's capable of. Here's the corner. Stupinian sends it 6-yard box, headed away. Lacroix again winning the challenge. Volley clearance to halfway. Baliba bringing it under control. Plays it back to Verbruggen. They need to keep this momentum. They need to keep getting the ball forward quickly. I think they need to play it like a lark because they need a goal. They need to try and cause a little bit of indecision in the Crystal Palace team, who are going to make changes. That doesn't actually surprise me because Oliver Glasner, I think, has sensed that he needs to change things. And Ciso coming into that central area, uses Pedro, trying to stab it back to him, gets it on his chest now. Brazilian, nice little bit of work there. So many players in the middle, but he tries to play it out wide there to Mitoma. Mitoma wins it. Here's Enciso trying to get it out of his feet. 3 defenders around him, pulls it back for Pedro. Those 3 working together to try and find an opening. Mitoma again, Dunk pushing forward onto this left hand side. Pedro's early cross into the middle, headed away by Lacroix. Short pass square there by Ayari. Manheka trying to loft it across, this time with his left foot out of play. That will allow changes to be made by Crystal Palace. Looks like Eze is coming off. So Nketiah is going to come on, and so is Kamada. And Mateta is the other player to make way. I'd say he's got quite a lot of strapping on his left leg, Jean-Philippe Mateta. So maybe just struggling. They may be trying to ask too much of him. Albion fans asking for a little bit more from the team. Well, delivered in terms of possession, Couple of half chances, but only Enciso's strike really testing Henderson. Here's Believer, caught in possession by Hughes. Ayari gets across his body well, turned by Enciso, lays it forward. Here's Mitoma, straight through the middle of the pitch, getting to the edge of the D, trying to go forward, it spins away and cleared by Gahey. Just wouldn't fall for Pedro either. Pedro and Mitoma deserve something from this. Enciso, a couple of little step overs, back to Estupinian. As I said, he's a different option, Enciso. He's created a different dynamic about the Albion in this second half since coming on. Here's Minte, can he do something out wide? No, he can't. Stopped in his tracks, tries to win it back, slides to the ground, gives away the throw.
That's what you want, something from them, don't you? One-on-one situation, you need to get the better of your opposition, and Mitchell just saw it out, big, better, stronger. I think all our best work, Johnny, is going to come down our left-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stupian.
Free kick on halfway, or Crystal Palace. And maybe, you'd say maybe, Palace have weathered the storm now. Made those changes. Nketiah a different option, maybe they feel they want him to run into the channels a little bit more. Hasn't really happened for him since coming to Crystal Palace. Yet to score for the club. Munoz up the line, Estupinian cuts it out, getting there ahead of Ismail Assar. And playing back to his keeper, who has to scamper back there. It was firmly hit by Estupinian, but he recovered well, Bart Verbruggen. Here's Belieber, taking it away of Kamada. Well, good doing the drag backs, but now he's chasing up the pitch. That's where they need the ball, getting into a dangerous area. On to Enciso, little ball forward there to Ruta. Ruta never had that under control. It rolls forward to Dean Henderson, who's made a couple of saves in the game. The early one from Mitoma in the first half, one from Enciso in this second, and parried away a header from Lewis Dunk, one you'd expect him to certainly save. Still 2-0 to Crystal Palace. The 17 minutes played of the second half.
It's been all Brighton, we haven't created any open chances, have we, really?
Yeah, really, Enciso created that one himself, didn't he, really? There's Kamada down that left wing. We're tracking back by Yankuba Minte, back pass to Verbruggen. Looping high ball towards halfway. Header is won by Gahey. Hooked forward, flicked round the corner by Nketiah. Now Kamada, using the overlapping run of Mitchell. He sends in the cross, it's blasted across the pitch and out of play. Well, Albion have got less than half an hour plus added on time to try and salvage something from this scoreline. Certainly created a little bit more in the second half, certainly tried to dominate the game a little bit more. Pedro's getting a bit frustrated. Throw then left side, taken by Estupinian. Pedro lays it back into the left corner. Lewis Dunk plays it against Nketiah to win another throw. Albion still unable to get it out of their own half though, deep inside their own territory. He's back to Verbruggen, he's looked a little bit shaky today, goes to the near touchline. Never up the line there.
I think that's a throwing, he has to let him across his body.
Early ball into the back post, and Hecker, I think he was initially trying to head it back to his keeper, but he's headed it behind for a corner. Actually probably could have let it go and it probably goes out for a throw.
Commonly the way throw.
Yeah. At times they've looked shaky, it has to be said, particularly in the first half after the first goal from Chalobah. Defending to be done now. Crystal Palace have a corner, they lead by 2-0. Talks about their height, scored from one corner already, and that is glanced to the back post. Albion managed to clear through Ayari, headed back towards goal, nodded back to Chalobah, volleyed cross towards the back post, and it drifts out of play.
Just need to a bit more quality in the final third, doesn't it? I think it's 100 miles, too helter-skelter, 100 miles an hour in the final third. Fuller's slowed down as soon as he put the phone out.
Well, a former Albion player, Jason Malumbi, has scored for West Brom to make it 2-1. Can a current Albion player try and create the same scoreline here? They need a goal from somewhere. And say they need that little bit of quality in the final third. Albion, who've conceded in 11 of the last 12 fixtures, need to tighten up at the back. They conceded 2 here today, 2 against Leicester, 3 against Fulham. Just the 1 clean sheet this season.
I think he's conceded 2 or more goals, Johnny, in 10 games.
That can't continue. Here's Enciso, half-time substitute, looking across the pitch midway through the Crystal Palace half. Goes along the ground to Ayari. Back heels it there to Estupinian. Now he stayed out wide. Here comes the cross, right-footed this time. Van Hecke wins the header, but it goes backwards. Came off high on the shoulder there, says Michael Oliver, not on the arm. Albion looking for a penalty. Sure it will be checked, of course, but I'm not sure they're going to go against him with a decision like that. Here's Mitoma scooping it up from a wide position to Ayari. Trying to work a few angles and create a little bit of space in behind on the flanks. To the middle it goes, lay off by Enciso. Ruter's pass overhit. No chance for Pedro on that occasion. Pedro's shoulders have slumped a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's
frustrated. Taking their time here, Henderson, understandably. So we head towards the final quarter of the game. Up the middle of the pitch it goes. It's allowed to bounce by Estupinian. Lack of communication between him and in there is Sarr, and it's tapped in by Munoz. Offside flag, or is it a foul? Estupinian let it bounce. Verbruggen came, then stopped. Estupinian then went to go and get it. There's a bit of confusion here. Munoz had tapped it home. The flag was up, and they are checking now.
I think it's just a push
for a foul.
Yeah, it's weak. If it is a foul,
it certainly
that's
is, isn't it?
What's the goalkeeper, Johnny?
I said it. His last couple of games, I don't know what it is, but he just seems to have lost a little bit of that commanding air that he's had in recent times. So the goal is chalked off. Munoz does not have his goal. Albion breathe a sigh of relief. Saliba sitting deep, cross to the right. Van Hecke up the right side. Ayari goes long, and Vinte's in behind, and he's made a good run, but Lacroix's done well to hook that clear.
Tell you what, he should have turned the pace there.
Well, remember, if you listen to the podcast this week, Matt Woosnam said he's great at recoveries. Maxence Lacroix, and we saw it right there. Brilliant work. That wasn't brilliant work over on the right. The cross sliced. Feel like Albion need more changes, Warren.
You can't just,
I know you just can't make them willy-nilly, but
you can't fill it up with forward players, Johnny, can you? Put another forward on and take a defender on.
Does someone like Bifa come in to the middle, maybe? Yellow card for Henderson. Time wasting. Well, some of the options are Brian Gruder, Simona Dingra, Mats Bifa, Evan Ferguson. So maybe they can change slightly the structure, as well as just trying to throw on more forward players. But hasn't really happened for Ruter or Minte today. Here's Enciso. He's trying to make things happen. Forward down that right side, looking for something infield. It's a dunk.
Build-up's too slow, John.
Yeah.
They're all set now. 11 players behind the ball. They find it hard in the first half to break them down.
As you said, they just wanted too many touches today. There's 2 or 3 little touches, and that allows Palace to get behind the ball. You know they're going to work hard. Drilled in nicely there by Van Hecke. Pedro lays it off. Ayari runs into traffic. Again, no idea in his mind.
How many times have you said that though?
Yeah. Too many times.
He has to slip it in. There's a ball on there from Matoma first time. He didn't have a picture in his head.
Looks like Adingra and Ferguson are going to come on.
Too slow.
A little bit too deliberate. It was the quick ball by Van Hecke which actually looked like it might make something happen. Here's Minte from the right flank, thinking a ball into the area, and Henderson comes out to claim that. No problem at all. Well, we'll have to try something.
Well, Minte has to come off, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Adingra on the opposite side.
Maybe Ruta,
yeah.
Henderson.
And you got Enciso dropping a little deep with Pedro.
Header away by Dunk, there by Kamada. Lovely ball with the outside of the boot, back to the left side. And Nketiah drills it low. It goes across the face of goal and out for a throw in the end. It's good to know why it hasn't quite happened for Eddie Nketiah, but Albion delighted to see that one off target.
Sweet. Bruder as well now, John.
So, Minte is the first to come off. Simon Adingra is there. That Ferguson coming on too.
Number 11, Simon Adingra.
Ruta is off.
Being replaced by number 28, Evan Ferguson.
And Ayari is the final man to make way. So Adingra, Ferguson and Gruder, Minte, Ruta and Ayari to come off. Maybe they can find some sort of combination. Ferguson will go up top, Pedro just in behind as Munoz flicking it past the stooping end. In at the near post is Nketiah, well wide, tightish angle. Don't forget, you can have your say after 4 o'clock in the final whistle. We've got some thoughts. We've got some thoughts of the new signing, Diego Gomez, who's paraded around the pitch just before the game.
Don't think you'll be impressed with this.
No, yes, absolutely, Warren.
Especially the first half performance.
Yeah, well, it's not really been like this at the Amex this season. I know they've been frustrated with draws, but at the moment they're staring down the barrel of their first defeat on home territory. Here's Mitoma trying to change that though. Runs into the defender, clearance. Believer. Wasn't a foul by Hughes, but that was by Bruder, was it not? No, the referee says play on. Nketiah unhappy as Van Hecke gets it there to Ferguson, out of his feet. Touch wasn't good enough to get the shot away. And Ciso, only one thing is his mind, and that's to try and get a shot away. Again, Ferguson, just that touch too heavy. I think he was just trying to pull the trigger, but got away from him, and then he had to lay it off. More games, of course, to come in the Premier League. 4:30. It's Manchester City against Manchester United. Hearing there's no Rashford or Garnacho for United today. Really interesting. Albion, who are desperate to try and keep up with those teams at the top like Manchester City. Here's Van Hecke. Maybe things will start to open up late in the game, but quarter of an hour for Albion to try and get one back. 2-0 they trail. Ferguson overplaying it, losing control, losing possession. Nketiah up the pitch, shrugging off Belieber, lays it forward. Sarr on the angle, drills it low, straight at Verbruggen.
I think that's a chance wasted for Palace there, Johnny, if I'm honest. Lucky to get away with that one. But Ferguson's touch, like you say, is too heavy.
Normally so good around the edge of the area. And Ciso out wide to Mitoma. Trying to work out sort of the formation is tough. Stupinian's offside anyway, I think it's chasing that, but won't get to it. It's gone out of play for a goal kick, but maybe he'd already gone a little bit too early. Pedro just stretching his calves a little bit. do have another change available. There'll be no rush to take it, and played it short to Chalobah, who opened the scoring for Palace back in the first half hour of the first half. It just feels a little bit laboured. Rudy yet to get on the ball. Van Hecke now his pass cut out. Sarr led to a little bit away by Hughes, only as far as Enciso. Enciso going through the Crystal Palace half, tries to go direct to Ferguson, who didn't really get his body in the best position. Gruder trying to win it back, says no to Pedro, that's mine, dinks it in there, took a deflection. I think it came off his head, but the referee I think has given a free kick just outside the box for a handball.
Well, he only knows, doesn't he? We'll have to watch the replay, Johnny. Could be his head, but his hand's up there, isn't it?
The hand looks like his hand is just behind his head, so he may well have been trying to disguise it. There's a few camera angles, so you difficult to know, really, isn't it? Could have been a bit of both. Sarr certainly felt it was with his head. Well, it's well to the left of centre. It's about 5 yards outside the box. I think Julio Enciso's decided he will take it. Ruder's standing there as well, but 3 in the wall. Stupinen comes onto the right side of it. Henderson crouching behind. No, it's taken by Gruder. Oh, it's the top of the netting. Took a deflection out for a corner.
Not a bad strike. It's the right man to take it. He's stood on the end, that side of the wall, but it's come off the back. I think it would have been comfortable for the goalkeeper if he wanted to took a deflection, but
Enciso to the edge of the area. Stupinen wasn't expecting it. Back out wide to the left. Gruder tries a 1-2 with Enciso. Tackle in there, out for a corner. Just been clutching a bit, Albion, at fouls and penalties, and just need to play the game, try and create the chances in open play. Keep looking at the referee. Here's Enciso driving it to the back post. Rising is Mitoma, but it's headed away there by Chalobah. Adingra trying to make his first real contribution out on that wide side. Unfortunately gives away a throw, and just get that feeling whatever Albion try, it's just not coming off today.
No, they're trying hard, Johnny, but I don't think any of them forwards have got a picture in their mind when they get in that 25 yards from the goal area. I think it's trying to be done individually as well, so collectively.
Yeah. Here's Enciso. Here's Stupinen, hit it with some force from the edge of the box, out for a goal kick. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Warren.
Forcing that there.
That's what happens, isn't it? When things are, sometimes you do not go back to basics, but do those simple things well, and then chances will come.
Well, it's been 100 miles an hour in the second half from the start of the game. Second half, hasn't it? You got 45 minutes plus English time to get a couple of goals. It's just been too many forwards on.
Well, in a way that
running into each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Nketiah backing into Dunk gives away the free kick. Yellow card there. The Crystal Palace player. They won't mind clocking up the yellow cards as they get all 3 points today, that's for sure. Albion, it's this little run without a win, starting to look a little bit ominous as Van Hecke commits a foul on Nketiah. The last victory away at AFC Bournemouth. They drew with Southampton, lost to Fulham, and then drew with Leicester. It just hurts that little bit more when it's against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, but if you win against the likes of Southampton and the Leicesters, this won't be so hurting so much.
Yeah, because you will get the odd game, won't you, where you don't perform and nothing happens for you, but you're absolutely right. Crossfield ball headed away there by Mitoma. Munoz defending and back towards his own goal. Takes it into his own half. Henderson did make that wonderful save from Julio Enciso to keep it at 2-0. Albion will keep pushing, no two ways about it. Cheers for Will Hughes, battling hard, 100th appearance for the club. The Crystal Palace supporters know what he can do for them. Gruder up the channel, nowhere near Ferguson. Poor quality ball, not a great run either, and very simple for the Crystal Palace goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's not been the best, has it?
I don't know whether the issues of just when they went behind, maybe tried to force it just a little bit too much perhaps. Get one free kick there. Believer tried to handle the ball to get it, but the whistle had already gone for a foul against him, and on him rather. Well, here's Enciso darting around the pitch, checking left and right. Here's Gruder coming in from the right, threading the ball through into the middle to Enciso. Picked up, Hughes went down, he wanted a foul, he didn't get it. Enciso goes to the middle, and it's all a bit tight in there trying to play it into Pedro. The option was out wide.
Ferguson on his heels though, it's a little flick. Trying to nick it off Pedro, but it's flicked it towards Ferguson, he's on his heels.
Enciso from distance, straight at the keeper.
Well, he's taken initiative, hasn't he? To have a strike. He's probably sick of it passing out wide and losing it. A shot on target.
Digra yet to make an impact. Starting to get dark here. Not quite a rosy picture as Seagulls look set to head into Christmas on the back of their feet. Ismail Assar through, tucks it into the right hand corner. Albion indecisive again, and the home record has been blown to smithereens here by Crystal Palace. A third goal, a second for Sarr. It's Albion 0, Crystal Palace 3.
Well, it's a wonderful finish, isn't it? We said it at half time, Johnny. We weren't bullied, and there again. Don't usually mention him, Donkey, but Nketiah wins the flick on, doesn't he? Nketiah's 5'9". Should never win that flick. And it's through Sarr, great finish, great composure. He could have had a hat-trick, Sarr.
Yeah.
It's just one big boot. No, look, just backs in. Heads it back across, just backs in. Look, Lewis don't know near it, then he doesn't react.
More changes coming up here for Crystal Palace. Doucouré and Devaney coming on. I think it'll be pretty immaterial. 3-0 down with 8 minutes of normal time remaining. I'm just trying to work it out one. So that's 3 today, 2 against Leicester, 3 against Fulham, 1 against Southampton. 9 goals in 4 games.
Yeah, 94. But we can go back a long way, Johnny. If we're going to do that, can't we? We can go back to Liverpool, 2-1 loss.
Well, before that they had, of course, the 2-1 victories against Bournemouth and Manchester City. But yeah, 1 clean sheet in 16 games. Also the fact that they really haven't tested Henderson enough as well. That will be a concern. You always say it's about both boxes, Warren.
Yeah, of course. Well, like I say, John, go back to Wolverhampton won in the Cup, 3-2. Forest 2-2. Chelsea put 4. Tottenham put 2. Wolves put another 2. Liverpool put 3. Just they're going in too easily.
And it's not, as you say, just not the odd goal here and there. It's 2+ goals as well, which is a concern. You're asking a lot of your forward players. But here's Estupiñán curling in across from a wide position, taken by Henderson. Again, no one really getting across the keeper. You could tell the cross was coming. Sense of foreboding, I think, for the Albion fans. They always come with these games with a little bit of trepidation and come up against Crystal Palace. Such a good record as well. Haven't been beaten in the last 6 in the Premier League against their rivals, but today They just seem to have wanted it a little bit more as well. So Decore's going to come on, so is Nathaniel Klein. Will Hughes is going to come off. Does the clever thing of going to the far side, so he has to come all the way to the near side. And Tyreek Mitchell was the other player to come off, so 4 changes made by both of these sides. You look at the home record now, we're on 1-3, 4 draws and 1 defeat. 12 goals for, 12 goals against.
That's your own form. That's not been to the away form, man.
It's 25 goals conceded so far this season.
The way to say the fans too, for the fans, because this is the biggest game of the season for the home fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when you go away, the away fans as well, biggest game.
Here's Kamada as Albion lose it inside their own half. To the left is Nketiah. Drags it back on the angle. Another chance here. Oh, poked towards goal and deflected away. Big chance that for Decore. Probably say it should be 4-0.
Do you not think we've got too many strikers forwards on the pitch, Johnny?
Yeah, totally agree. It's about balance, isn't it? Ball up the line. Simon Adingra gives chase. Lacroix puts it behind. Corner for the Albion. It felt like that at Fulham. They were trying to squeeze, I think, players into the team. That's how it felt like it for me.
Oh, yeah.
So difficult to get. I just felt they need a little bit of control in the midfield. That's where I thought that someone like Mats FIFA maybe might have been someone who might be able to get a stranglehold in the middle of the pitch, which is somewhere that Albion never really managed to do so.
Yeah, but we've lost battles all over the pitch, haven't we, when you think about it?
There's the corner. In at the near post, fumbled by the keeper, double deflection, it's in. Albion have scored. May well have been an own goal.
Why not do that in the first few corners, Johnny? They put their goalkeeper under pressure, and that's what you do when you put him under pressure. He's not the best. Great shot stopper, but crosses.
Well, Ferguson was in the mix there, causing problems at the near post. It was sort of parried
off his own goal.
Well, I think it was an own goal, but we'll have to wait and see.
Gay's backed against Gay, I think.
Yeah, I think Lacroix whacks it against Gahey. Gahey turns his back and it comes off that, goes in. Now Aoife is coming on. Well, that could be a little bit too little too late. We'll have to wait and see. Usually there's a fair bit to be added on. Baliba off. Some players seem immune to sort of criticism, and I believe he's a young player, but short standing ovation. I'm not sure about that, to be honest.
Fans' favourite, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's some people that just don't seem to ever be able to do anything right.
Wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Aoife's had quite a lot of criticism. Actually, he's brilliant for the 45 minutes, but no one seems to be thinking. He's a Dutch international. He's not become a bad player just like that. Well, who knows? Might get a little bit shaky if Albion were to get one more, but Gruder can't control that. Van Hecker goes to sort it out. Now he leaves it for Gruder. He tries to play it up to Adingra. Cleared. Aoife goes in for the challenge. First time I've seen someone go in the centre of that middle of the park, Warren, with a hefty challenge from the Albion.
Yeah, and he's got caught as well. I think he followed through.
Yeah.
Lima, I think he won the ball and carried on.
Well, he does seem to have hurt himself slightly, Mats FIFA. Running towards the far side, headed away by Van Hecker. FIFA returns it back to Verbruggen. I make it, we're approaching the last 60 seconds of normal time. Do you reckon to be added on, Warren?
There's been 8 subs.
6? 5 or 6?
You'd like to think so. We had a little VAR, didn't we? Stop.
Yeah. So that might take it up to
7.
There's Van Hecker, the crowd urging Albion to get forward. Lots of people have already gone home. Lots of empty blue seats around the stadium. Hopefully for those that stay, they'll be treated to a grandstand finish. Pedro into the middle. Aoife. Now to Van Hecker. Bit of intensity required at the end. Safe. That's a nice ball by Pedro towards Weaver. Never ricocheting around. Estupiñán goes in there as well. Volleyed clear, right side. Dunk under pressure. And then nodded away from Nketiah. Nketiah lurking on the edge of the halfway line. He's through away from Dunk, just to keep it a beat, but he sent it wide. Well, he must be thinking, when will my first Crystal Palace goal come? Because there, I've got to say, you won't get many better chances. How can that be, really, if you've had all those changes as well? And the VAR. Here's Estupiñán trying to make something down the left. Bifa cross to Gruder. Gruder, edge of the box, squares it. And Ciso, couple yards of space. And Dingra trying to stay onside over on the right. Pedro here on the left, goes back post. In there's Gruder, lays it back. Dingra again, trying to create half a yard, trying to cross it low. No one really attacked the header, it was just over the top of Evan Ferguson's head. Another change now for Crystal Palace as Devaney comes on for Ismail Assar.
Bad bit that though, John, isn't it? Nketiah.
Yeah.
Short of confidence, isn't he?
Very short confidence. Interesting, he was frustrated initially, Glasner, but then he went to applaud him. Every feeling they've just got enough in the bank. We'll have to wait and see.
But when you break there, Johnny, you've got so much things going through your mind. Kind of chipping, so I go outside, can I go left, can I go right? And all of a sudden it makes a...
Yeah, maybe he needs just one of those snapshot chances that to open his account. But thankfully he didn't do it there. There is Mitoma on the left, back to halfway. Estupiñán dropping deep is in Ciso, sends it right across the pitch, high and long to Adingra. Gets it under control, into the feet there of Van Hecker, who's acting like an extra striker now. Pedro edge of the box, left side, dinking that ball in, but easily cleared by Trevor Chalobah.
I believe the quality's been in the final third as well, John. It's not been the best, has it? The final pass.
Yeah, delivery into the area. That's a good ball by Dunk to find Estupiñán. Now Mitoma looking on the left, uses in Ciso, turning inside, squares it to Bifa. Bifa quickly out of his feet, bypasses his marker to Gruder. Gruder with a cross, going back post, they're queuing up there, but it's Munoz who wins the header, and then Devaney to clear. Big chase on here as Nketiah trying to put Lewis Dunk on some pressure there, but gets it back to Verbruggen.
Lewis Dunk didn't want that in the 92nd minute, did he?
Probably not. This is Estupiñán. Do they have to look at changes at the back potentially? Here's Pedro. Out wide to Mitoma. Time running out. 3-1 they trail. Pedro. Everybody in front of him. Crystal Palace staying deep. Pedro trying to go wide. I'll play it into Mitoma there. Just trying to force things, aren't they? Headed by Dunk, trying to return it back. Bifa across there to Gruder. Gruder, time to look up. Goes down the line. Adingra with the first time ball, dragging it back on the angle. Ferguson pulls it back for Enciso. Another good save by Henderson. Had to take the touch to get it set, and that just allowed Henderson to have a half second to parry the ball away to the right hand side. They've taken the corner quickly. Gruder jinking left side of the box, back to Pedro, blocked by Nketiah. Handball, free kick. That was the chance, Warren, wasn't it? That goes in, you've suddenly got maybe 2 minutes.
30 seconds. It's not 2 minutes, John.
Well, they've got to add on 30 for the extra substitution as well, which was in injury time.
Yeah, well,
but another minute passing now as well. But here's the free kick, left corner. Pedro standing over it, 2 in the wall. Bends it in there, goes back post. Gruder trying to tee it up for Ferguson. Mitoma doesn't pull the trigger. Why did he not go for goal? Palace try and break. Bifa trying to track back. Does well to find Mitoma. Mitoma up to Pedro. Pedro on the angle. Inside the box, goes for goal. Blocked by Chalobah. Referee looks at his watch. Flick by Munoz, getting it in field. Albion win it back. So those chances have come, those chances have gone. Mitoma asking a lot of his Stupinian. These two have worked so hard as they do all the time, but more people leaving now, acknowledging the fact that Albion have run out of time to salvage something from this situation. Throw on the left side. Full time at the Amex. First home defeat of the season for the Seagulls, and it comes at the hands of Crystal Palace. Full time, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Crystal Palace 3.
Yeah, I think the score flatters Brighton, if I'm honest, Johnny, as well. 3-1. I think they could have scored a few more. Sarr clean through. Nketiah clean through. We've flattered the deceive, really. We didn't get going, did we? After first 5 minutes after that, I thought we was poor. I think we're bullied. Although the third goal there just proves it to me. Lewis Dunk, good up for the header, wins the header, then second ball he loses that. It's just little things like that all over the pitch. I thought the bright spark for me, giving credit, Ncisa coming on, linked up very well, got on the ball, tried to shoot, made 2 good saves from the goalkeeper. Out of nothing really for himself. I thought he looked bright.
In terms of, I don't say the negatives, but what concerns you most, Warren? Is it the number of goals they're conceding, the manner of those goals?
Well, yeah, the goals conceding, said that's at least 10 times now we've conceded 2 or more. You can't get in the top 6 for that. We're not that good at going forward to score 3 and falls, are we? So you're relying on that. You can't. You need to keep clean sheets at the back, then build on that. 1-0s and 2-0s and 1-0s, 2-1s, whatever. But you that first half performance was poor. 2-0 down. You can't come back like we did against Spurs every week, can you? So it's disappointing, Johnny. I think sometimes it's team selections as well. Maybe,
and as you said, maybe sometimes you feel there's so many attacking players on the pitch, they're all trying to do it, finding that balance. I know he's trying to force the issue and get back into the game, but sometimes you need a balance in order for it to work, as it were.
And you make the substitutions, but he's asking Ruth to come inside because we put. So he's playing off the thing. Then Cisa's playing up top. So then Pedro's playing off him. We're trying to get Ayari going to get in there. So they had 3 behind, and you've got 2 wide players. You've got 6 attackers there, more or less. And you're left with Belieber and the 3 at the back, more or less, aren't you? You can't play like that. It's suicide football for me. So I think you need a little bit, especially in games like this, biggest game I think you need a bit of experience. I'm surprised we've never played.
Yeah, I am as well, and that was my only kind of thought. I mean, yes, Veltman's injured, he can't come in, Welbeck's missing, but Mats Fifa, even when he came on then in 5 minutes, he seemed to have more of a control and getting stuck in than they just allowed Will Hughes far too much time on the ball. Sarr got forward as well. Plenty of questions. You've heard the thoughts of the former Seagull striker Warren Aspinall. Reaction, of course, on the way, but the Crystal Palace players have headed over to the travelling supporters to thank them for their support. They have the victory in the first of these Premier League games between the two sides. Full time at the Amex. Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Crystal Palace 3.
Well, thanks to Johnny and Warren. Great commentary, but a big disappointment for the Seagulls. A 3-1 defeat. It is over to you now. We want to know what you think this afternoon, your reaction. There are lots of ways to get in contact. We want you to think about the results, what went wrong today, individual performances, and heading into Christmas, the situation the Seagulls are in. Warren is up next with the final whistle. This is how you can get in touch with BBC Radio Sussex. You can call us and talk to Warren on 0800 232 1045, or you can text and WhatsApp us. Text 81333, start your message with the word Sussex, or WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. And again, start your message with the word Sussex.
BBC Radio Sussex on BBC iPlayer.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome! I'm absolutely buzzing, I am.
Oh, that's champion.
We've got Christmas sorted.
Okay, look in the sack, quick.
Can we?
Well, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Oh, a Wallace onesie.
Brand new Gavin and Stacey, Gladiator Celebrity Special, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and loads more.
Well, come on.
Tidy. Christmas on BBC iPlayer.
All the reaction from the big match. This is the final whistle.
Yes, 4 o'clock, I'm Tim Darrens. The first home defeat of the season in the Premier League for the Seagulls, and who else? To their arch rivals.
Ismail Assar through, tucks it into the right-hand corner. Albion indecisive again, and the home record has been blown to smithereens here by Crystal Palace. A third goal, a second for Sarr. It's Albion 0, Crystal Palace 3.
It's 4 games now without a win. What do you think is going wrong? They've conceded 9 goals in 4 games. Is it a defensive issue? Are they making too many touches? We want to have your thoughts. You can have your say. It's your chance to chat to Warren Aspinall, the former Albion striker, between now and 4:30 today. This is how you can get in touch with BBC Radio Sussex. You can call us and talk to Warren on 0800 232 1045, or you can text and WhatsApp us. Text 81333, start your message with the word Sussex, or WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. And again, start your message with the word Sussex.
The final whistle.
BBC Radio Sussex.
Yes, thank you for staying with us. Disappointment for the Seagulls this afternoon. Big Christmas coming up. We'll look back at today's game, look at some individual performances, and look ahead, of course, to the weekend. We'll also hear a little bit about Diego Gomez, who is joining in January. He was paraded today in front of the Seagulls fans, but Warren sat in the stands. Not sure what he'll be thinking about what he watched today. Certainly, first half.
Yeah, I thought we were second best. First half especially. Got a little bit better second half. Started. But then we couldn't break them down, could we? I think too many forwards on at one stage, Tim. I think you're running into each other. We saw that today. You need to make the pitch bigger and be a bit more composed in the final third. Everything head down and running into people. I think it was. I think I used the word bullied at half time. I think we were bullied all game, if I'm honest.
Is there? Do you look wider at that in terms of whether it's the personnel, some lack of experience, are Brighton a smallish side? Is there any sort of theme running there, or is it just they were bullied today a bit and you're relatively happy generally?
Yeah, defending doesn't start just at the defence, it starts from the front.
Yeah.
So conceding all them goals, when you mentioned that is now probably the 11th time we conceded two or more goals in the season, one clean sheet. If you're trying to get into Europe, that's not good enough, that's for sure, because we're not that brilliant going forward and scoring goals. If we were scoring 5 and 4s and 5s and 6s every game, then I'd say okay, I don't mind conceding 3s and 4s, but we're not, are we? So there lies the problem. You have to work a little bit harder and stop giving simple goals away. They're not working hard to break us down, are they? We're giving them goals. I think the third goal there, Lewis Dunk, I thought he was bullied. And I'm not saying that defence. I'm going back to the Fulham game. The centre forward from Fulham, Muniz, I think he bullied the 2 centre backs or 3 centre backs in that game. So it's not just a one-off. It's on a couple of occasions lately. But we were second best all over the pitch. The 2 lads in midfield, Believer and Ayori, they were second best when they was on the pitch. So I don't know what can he do. He on individuals, we're very talented, but as a team, we need to do a little bit better to make the opposition to work harder for the goals.
Lots of people texting and tweeting, as you can imagine. I'll pick out one that targets the issue of defence, Warren. Shambles today says, at the Chris Kelly, time to start playing full-back so you can defend. Obviously, Veltman is injured at the moment. At beginning of the end, he asks for donkeys. Sort them out. Fab, as in Fabian Hertzler. Not just picking on Dunk at all, but there are a number of texts and tweets. The theme is whether the defence needs a bit of rejig, Warren. I mean, that's quite a big debate. That's one for you and Johnny in the podcast. But have you got slight concerns about the defence as a 4 or as a 3, whatever?
We spoke about this, me and Johnny.
Yes.
About when they were on a good run and Ego was playing with Van Heck. Donkey was injured. Then Donkey got back fit, didn't he? So he made him a sub in one home game. I'm just going to look now. One home game, and then the next game he played him. I think it was at Fulham. But the one before Fulham, I think the Southampton game, I think he came on late on in that game. I think he's trying to find a way of get Lewis back inside. When I think Van Heck and Ego had a good partnership. Because he's your captain, you don't have to bring him back in. You have to earn your right. And if Van Heck and Ego would have let the side down, and I didn't think they did when Lewis was out. So then he has to bide his time like everybody else does. So I'm not blaming Lewis for these defeats and things, but once you break up a good partnership and get a good understanding like Ego and Van Heck did, they may lie the issue.
We're going to come back to more of your texts and tweets in a moment's time. Dave in Brighton has given us a call. Dave, you're on with Warren this evening. Merry Christmas to you firstly, but not very merry this evening, Dave.
Not at all, not at all. I've held back not saying about this. I just want to echo what Warren said there about bringing Dunk back in, but because that caused some problems. Now, I've got to be careful what I say, and certain people I name, but there are problems in the club, all right? 2 players told me this week.
No. Let's not have hearsay, please. Sorry, Dave. Let's stick to the game.
You don't want hearsay, but long and short, right? I listened to his interview before the game. I've got to give those fans, they're an embarrassment. Fair play to the Palace lot coming down here in numbers and really making an atmosphere. It's been going on for weeks. This isn't just a one-off thing. Warren's just hit bringing Dunk back in when he shouldn't have brought him back in. Who runs the club? Who's the manager? I'm sorry, but if you're listening, this manager's got to go. I want to be the first to say, I don't come on this show to make friends. I don't care what people...
You want the manager to go? It's his first season.
I want him to go. I've wanted him to go. I don't care if it's his first season. All right? I'd rather... How comes Bournemouth have got such a terrific manager? They're already trying to do a deal with him to keep him at Bournemouth. What? He's just not good enough. I'm sorry. His substitutions are just ridiculous most of the time. And... You have to listen to what Warren's saying. Most of that performance today is unacceptable. It's being said every week. So what does he say to them? What does he do with them?
Well, I don't want you putting words into Warren's mouth.
No.
And also, I certainly know that Johnny counteracted with me on the Friday night show, in terms of fans not being too happy with the substitutions. They didn't complain when they brought 2 on and they won the game against City. So Dave, let's let Warren...
That City game, OK, anyone could have beaten them that day. That was a fluke result, and I think other results City have had since then have shown this. Palace got a 2-2 draw with them. Look, Palace have come down here. Palace were putting it well out there. They were up for this game weeks ago online, and that they have literally come straight out the traps and gone for Brighton. That is a below par performance at home. It's honestly, it's not changing. And to keep giving away leads, 2-0 leads, there's only one person to blame for that: the manager.
Dave, let's thank you very much, Warren. Response to that?
I think it's a bit harsh. You can't blame the manager, if I'm really honest. We made a strong start to the season, if I'm really honest. We was 9th in the Premier League with 24 points, and that fell into winning the last 3 games, didn't it? Drawing 2 and losing 1. So you can see the start we've made and the football we've been playing. He's been very good. It's one of those games, the biggest game for the calendar, for the fans, for the players as well. The manager's his first time in a derby. or a rival team. So it's just one of them games you have to put back on the back burner. I know it's hard to say because the fans will be fuming. I'm saying that, but you can't call for the manager's head because, like I say, we was ninth in the Premier League before the game started. We were still ninth, 24 points, and like I just said, that's probably the joint second best start in the Premier League we've had after 15 games, 24 points. I think last season we only had 25 points. So I think it just brings us down to earth a little bit, doesn't it? And then maybe the fans as well. Where we're at, really. People were saying Champions League and then Europe. Now it's top half, isn't it? We're just in the top half, and it's so congested in there. A couple of wins, but I said before this run of games started in December, I said we needed probably 15 points out of the 18 we was playing for. But then you start off on the back foot with losing points against Saints, losing points against Leicester, Fulham, losing. So we've lost loads of points in them games, but we should be winning if we want to get into Europe. It's no point picking points up against the Arsenals and the Man Cities and the Man Uniteds, and which we have done this season, which is excellent. But these games like this, okay, not this one because it's a rivalry and the form goes out the window. So who wants it at most? And today Crystal Palace wanted it at most. But saying that, the games we've come so that we've played the bottom 5 now. I don't know if Palace has probably gone up a little bit. The bottom 5, and we haven't beaten any of them. Bottom 5. So you're talking Saints, Ipswich, teams like that. Leicester, worst side I've seen for a long time. You saw what Newcastle did to us today. Could have been 7-8. So they're a poor side. Saints are a poor side. We should have punished them, but we don't because we miss chances. And you don't put chances. To be fair, we didn't have any chances today hardly. Long shots from long range, and then it took a bit of a fluke for the goal. But if you don't take chances in your games, that's where you're going to get punished. And we've been punished against the likes of Southampton, the likes of Leicester, because we should have been home and dry at half time. So you can't just go down to this game and then wants the manager sacked because of this game. It's not. No, I disagree. And whatever is heard in the background, whoever's telling this big elephant, this little elephant. Well, you're not. That's just hearsay. So you're not going to get sacked, and nobody else is picking the side, and he's picking the side, that's for sure. But so we will see. But you have to bounce back from these games now. So we're going to West Ham next week. It's going to be a tough game. So back down the axis to go there. They're not pulling it, but they had 30 odd shots against Leicester. Leicester come out and win. So football's a funny old game, but I can see what the fans are thinking tonight, and I'm just as frustrated as I was last week against Leicester. I was fuming, but this game I probably was fuming from a long time. Right at the end it was Leicester. This it's gradually from the half time because I thought we was out battled in every department.
You listen to BBC Radio Sussex, BBC Radio Surrey. Warren here for another 15 minutes. This is how you can get in touch with BBC Radio Sussex. You can call us and talk to Warren on 0800 232 1045, or you can text and WhatsApp us. Text 81333, start your message with the word Sussex, or WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. And again, start your message with the word Sussex.
BBC Radio Sussex.
Well, we touched on Lewis Dunk. A lot of you are, we do ask for reaction. The decline of Lewis is sad to watch as Aidan Kieran. Dunk needs to be dropped next game. Hannah says Dunk needs to go. We were doing so well until he came back after his injury. Robin says age is catching up with Lewis. His reactions are slowing down. Well, on a positive, you touched on it just at the end with Johnny. Julio Enciso, obviously, I think what the phrase Johnny used is sort of out for a couple of games in the wilderness, whatever, back today and was a positive today.
Yeah, it was a positive. I thought it was a strange substitution, really.
Yeah.
Picking him in front of Ferguson, but he wanted a little bit of movement, didn't he, up front? And Pedro's always on the move, and I think Pedro's better as a number 10, not as an out-and-out striker. So Enciso came and did that job, and he moved the centre-backs around a little bit. He was unlucky on two occasions where the goalkeeper's made two great saves. Okay, not the long-distance one. So he's come on and he's hit the target 3 times, and the goalkeeper's made 2 great saves out of 3. So it was a positive. He always wanted the ball. It linked up well with his teammates. So yeah, that's a positive for me from the lad.
And good character, really. You know, and I know he says some stuff on socials, but he came out today and he let his feet do the talking. He let his energy do the talking.
Well, yeah, but sometimes football players get put things on what they don't. Well, they do mean, but they don't want it to get out there. And that he wants to play week in, week out. You can see that. So yes, he needs to find a way to get back inside. He wants to probably show in training. He's showed a good attitude. That's why the manager's put him back into the squad and took him on today. Yes, he'll be knocking on the door, thinking, right, I've got half a chance against West Ham if Welbeck's not fit. Whatever Welbeck's wrong with Danny. So yes, he's put himself in the frame for the position to start. And playing like that, I think he's got a good point for the manager to pick him.
Well, we're going to hear from Yasin Ayari, the midfielder, in a moment's time. But David is on his way out of the stadium. You were in there today. What was that experience like as a fan, David? You're on with Warren.
Right, well, the experience, like from a fan's point of view, was one of total dismay, total disappointment, and total can't believe what's really happened. I mean, in terms of how we started the season off and how we're gradually not getting the results, and we're winning 2-0 against Leicester, and then obviously they fight back, and then today, on paper, we had a good team. I mean, we've got some injuries, but we still had a strong team to put out. We should have done a lot better. In the first 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, we had a couple of chances, didn't put them away. And then, whereas our defence, we used to be a stronghold, it used to be a strength of ours, then over the last few games, I don't know what's going wrong, but we're just conceding so many stupid goals with very, very poor defending. And of course, once they obviously got 2 in front, then it was always going to be difficult, to try and come back in it. So, from a fan's point of view, I've never seen so many fans exodus the game. I did stay to the bitter end, to the final whistle, but I've never seen so many fans leave the ground about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour before the final whistle. So, very, very disappointed. And, we always look forward to the Crystal Palace matches, and we always look forward to a good performance from us, and hopefully a result. But today we had neither. We didn't have a good performance, and we didn't get any form of result.
I'm disappointed, especially the second goal, because we haven't conceded any goals from crosses and from open play before this game started in the season. And so that's before this game started, it was 242 crosses we haven't conceded a goal from. Then all of a sudden, where's the defence for Palace's second goal? It's a great cross, but the lad from the back post area, he's running between Estupiñán and Lewis Dunk and got a free header. So that's just for then you're up against it. Then 2-0 down, you're chasing the game, and that's why you're making mistakes. People trying to do a little bit too much themselves, and that's what it creeps in, isn't it? Second half, I thought we started the game. Second half, on the front foot, but never really created anything, did we, from open play?
No, I think we had a couple of chances, and the goalkeeper made a couple of saves, and we did obviously start to sort of huff and puff a bit more in the second half, but physically we were beaten off the ball lots of times. There was more sloppy passing, going astray, and we had 11 players out there. Well, we had a lot more than that after the substitutes came on, and obviously replacements were made. But on paper we had a good team, but we just didn't seem to gel well as a team. There were too many errors, too many passes not going where they should be. And Cisco, when he came on, played very, very well. He sort of livened things up. But I thought the most important thing we've got to do now, when you get in a bit of a downward spiral, which we've watched is what has happened over the last few games, you've got to, at some point, bounce back and come back with a credible performance and again start getting points again, because otherwise we're just going to start to slide away from the European positions, and it's going to be even more difficult to get back into that position. So our match against West Ham next week away, which is going to be tough, we've got to turn this corner and get back into the sort of form that we had, which we saw about a month ago.
Yeah, we have to get back to basics, don't we? But defending, it starts from the front. It doesn't start from the defence. Defenders, the strikers have to make it hard to get beyond the strikers, and the midfield have to make it hard. The wide players, and you have to come back. If you see today when they went 2-0 up, there was 11 players, 10 players behind the ball, working their socks off to make it hard for us to break them down, and we couldn't. So it starts from the front. So if they bypass that first press. And I think the pressing today was individually not as compact as it usually is. But 50-50 challenges, I didn't think we win. I think we won one, and that was when Weaver came on in the 89th minute, crunching tackle. But you're playing against your rivals. You have to put your foot in, let you know you're up against. Estupiñán did it in the first minute and got a corner, but that's all I saw.
Let's hope we get Veltman and Welbeck back fit, because I think we missed them today, so let's hope that they might be back in contention, and who knows, we might even see a glance of Solly March in the near future, according to some of the reports. So but the most important thing is what's done is done. We know that it was a bad performance. The team will know that they've had a bad performance. The manager will know it's been a bad performance. Nothing we can do whatsoever to change this result, and I think, as you said earlier, we just got to brush ourselves off and get back into what we know we can do next weekend.
David, great stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Nice positive note to end with. Chloe says embarrassing calls for Hertzler to be sacked. The performance have been terrible, I agree, but we are 16 games in. It's screaming entitlement in his first season in a big league. She says stick by him. We're going to hear from one of the players in a second. You got 7 minutes left. This is how you can get in touch with BBC Radio Sussex. You can call us and talk to Warren on 0800 232 1045, or you can text and WhatsApp us. Text 81333, start your message with the word Sussex, or WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. And again, start your message with the word Sussex.
BBC Radio Sussex.
Albion beaten 3-1 by their rivals Crystal Palace at the Amex. First home defeat in the Premier League under Fabian Hertzler. Let's go downstairs to Johnny.
Yes, Johnny here with Yassin Ayari. Yassin, it's always difficult to take a defeat, your first home defeat of the season. What's the initial reaction from the players at the end there?
No, like I said, we were really disappointed. We always want to win, especially at home. But yeah, it wasn't our day today. They deserve it more than us, and we just need to get back to where we started the season, where we have so much confidence in front of the goal in the general of the play. But I think if we stick together as a group, we will come back stronger.
You did create chances. Is there a feeling just in the last few matches as well, they haven't quite been able to be ruthless or strong enough in front of goal, perhaps?
No, like you said, I think we can find many positive things out of this game, even though we lost. I think we come out in the second half, really dominated the game, and I think if we started the game like we come out in the second half, I think we'll win this game comfortable. But like you said, the final touch, the final shot isn't there for us at the moment like it was before. But no, we need to stick together, and it will come.
Is it difficult to deal with a team with that kind of physicality? Did you feel that they maybe used their muscle and strength to win the game today?
No, it's the Premier League. Every team is physical, every team is fast, but no, they know what they do. They're good at what they're doing, staying in the block and defending good. But we just need to, like I said, if we come out and play like we did in the second half, the first half, I think we will create many more chances and maybe win the game. But yeah, we didn't do it today.
And Julio came very, very close. He had a couple of shots saved. Their goalkeeper denied him 2 very, very good saves.
No, I'm happy for Julio coming in, doing a good job, always training hard and staying positive. So happy for him. And yeah, like you said, the margin wasn't on our side today, and yeah.
What about this group? I mean, in terms of trying to find a reaction, you've got another game coming up next weekend before Christmas as well, but I suppose they're trying to maintain that confidence that you had earlier on in the season.
No, the good thing is the games are coming quick, so we can react on that. So now we just need to stick together, come together as a group and train every day to get better and fix the things that weren't good, and hopefully we'll turn this around.
That's Yassin Ayari, Warren. Just saying, we need to get back to where we were at the start of the season, really.
Well, yes, of course you do. You're winning games beginning of the season, you're playing with confidence, everything's going right in front of goal, and everything's looking rosy, aren't we? But at the moment, it's not happening in front of goal. We're conceding goals, so you have to stick together in these situations, and rightly so. Like I said, Dave's shouting out at the manager, he's not going to get sacked. It's a ridiculous comment, but everybody's each to their own, isn't it? But he's lost one game at home. It's just turning these draws into wins. Then we've got more points on the board, haven't we? It's all ifs and buts, slight margins. But today we were second best all over the pitch. So we didn't deserve anything out of the game. So we move on. You can't, when you win against Man City and you win against Man United, you don't. Forgotten about it after the game's finished. You move on to your next game, and this is the same. we've got a long week to prepare for this game against West Ham. So we stick together and see what it takes us.
Ingram's listening in America. Good evening, Ingram, and to everyone around the world who listens all around the globe now. Crystal Palace wanted it more. Warren is right. Isn't this the issue? Do the current crop, Warren, have the mentality required? Yeah, of course. There's enough experience in that dressing room when they know they've played well and when they haven't played well. And even the youngster there, he knew they've not played well as a team, and they have to accept it. It's not happening for them. Just having a few man of the match pictures now at the just outside the tunnel, and I think they gave it to Belieber, the man of the match. So I don't think it must be I don't think he deserved the man of the match. But like again, each to their own, isn't it? But we move on as a team, don't we? It's not all doom and gloom. Yes, we're playing our arch rivals, and people at work are going to get ribbed tomorrow and later and whatever. But again, you have to move on. We're above them still, so let's move on. A couple of callers still coming in, but we need to go off air at 4:30. So do try and ring us on Saturday. Warren will be here with Adrian. Finally, we're not creating enough chances or quality for Europe to cover for defeats and drop away like this, says Ryan. Are you still comfortable and confident that the project's working, that it just needs a bit of time? They need to learn, they need to find some more momentum, but that the basics are there. You've defended the manager, and quite rightly, this evening. You're looking forward to West Ham, you're looking forward to the rest of the season with this crop and what they have to offer, Warren.
Yeah, you don't become a bad side overnight, do you? We just need to see out games a little bit better. We need to put teams to bed early on. Then you feel comfortable in the game. Like in previous games, we could have been 3 or 4-0 at half time, which they were 2-0 up today. We could have been 3 or 4-0 in games, but we haven't been. We've 1-0, and we say in the commentary, sometimes it bites you in the backside. And for Brighton, it has done this season. We've conceded too many goals from winning positions. We're the world's worst, aren't we? Not world's worst, but the Premier League's worst at giving leads away. So let's move on. This game is gone. Okay, we're still 9th in the Premier League. It's very tight up there, isn't it? When you think a good win will take you, could take you back up to 5th, can't it? So just keeping it in a mix into there. It's going to be a tough game against West Ham. They've got a game tomorrow. So if they win, they'll be full of confidence. That'll be 2 wins for them. But if they get a battering, they'll be down in the week, and somebody has to get them up. But there's enough experience in that side, and the manager as well, to lift this squad of players and to give it a good performance next week.
Warren, get warm, enjoy the Manchester derby, and of course Warren back with Johnny with Albion Unlimited. That's on Tuesday night on the radio here from 6, and then available to download from 7. Reaction to come from Fabian Hertzler on our socials. That will come through on your BBC Cat Sounds account. So register to Albion Unlimited and you'll get reaction from tonight and the pod on Tuesday. Well, it's Erica North next. Good night.